God, you guys finally got here, man.
Oh, it's the music.
Oh, yeah.
Are we live?
Talking Normies podcast. Is it?
Right here.
Is it?
Talking Normies podcast.
You sure
Hey, what up, y'all? It's the
what
Normies and the
up?
Talking Normies
God.
podcast. Hollering at you about the Talking Normies podcast.
Finally, you guys showed up, man. We've been here since 10.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Just wait. We've just been waiting on you guys. Just been waiting on you
Yeah,
guys.
he's a wax statue. We got it made by Madame Tussauds. Here's the thing. We just recently learned that some people feel like we are no longer dominating the YouTube space, and they say we got to take it back. Pat, what are we going to do to take back
specifically in Indiana?
And just in
Apparently, there's new people popping up, TikToks
Oh,
and stuff.
there's so
We're
many.
not reaching the Gen Zs or
gotta
the
be
youth.
violent.
What are we going to do, Pat? What are we going to do to take it back?
Oh, we're gonna protect this house. We're gonna go and take their studio and we're gonna hostage takeover. Hostile takeover.
Okay.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something about content.
Nope. We're gonna go destroy and take over.
Okay. All right, bet. Well, I thought it was gonna. I thought Pat had content ideas. Oh, hey, the wax statue moves.
Whoa,
Bye.
whoa.
No.
What did
Crawling
you
away
spell
was
out?
I didn't even know that was-
Didn't even.
Weird
What did
choice.
we have it for in the first place? No.
All right, tight. Well, bye.
Right as a-
Polls, yeah,
Polls.
I got it on the list.
It'll be posted later today. It's not up yet.
Yeah, okay. Poll posted
Polls.
later today.
We get on polls today.
Polls.
Poll.
You might
well,
find me on the poll today.
Fun fact: if we're not even going to be live, so since we are live now, I'll just say this: we are going to be having a poll up on our Patreon that I'm sure everyone's going to want to participate in. You can participate in it for $2. If you head to our Patreon now, you can help us decide which anime we're going to be watching next. There is a lot of different anime on this list. I'm just going to name a few. We got Steins Gate on there. We got Dragon Ball on there. We got Gundam Wing. You get to pick which one in which order because there's a lot. I should have just said Gundam, not even Gundam Wing. So that's all. I know we're live right now, so that's it.
Make
Participate
sure
in these
you
polls.
bring your
Patreon.
money to make it rain.
Going to the polls.
All right. So with that being said, here we are, y'all, at the podcast.
We're live.
We're supposed to say what our names are, but y'all know who he is. How
I'm
about that?
Spidey, if you didn't know.
Oh shit. Then I'm Chris.
Why not?
All right, bet. Yeah. Who are you guys?
Hold up. You go ahead because I'm gonna have a new name that you guys are gonna start calling me because Chris says I could have a new name.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what we could?
No, I have friends
I'll
that
think of a
go
cool
by
one
new
for
names.
myself, but this week I'll be Mickey.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now I'm
that's
Pat,
already a
but
cool
Chris
name.
said I'm gonna have you call me a different name right now.
Allow
and
me
you
to
have to call me that because you call your friends new
I
names.
will allow me to explain though. It's just that I have friends, 1, 2, 3 that I could think of now that when I met them all went by certain names. And now they have changed their names that they go
But
by.
did they do it themselves, or were they like kind of? Is it
They
like
did it themselves.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, so when I
That was like a
introduce them
nickname
now,
situation.
I'm like, oh, this is my homie, like Tyler. And he's like, no, I go by Ty. I'm like, this is my homie Grizz. And he's like, no, I go by T. It's my homie Dez. And he's like, no, I go by Josiah. So I was like, fuck, man. Like, I have to learn how to call them new names.
What about Spidey? Did you pick that yourself, or was that a?
No, I was gonna do it by a cousin.
See,
I was like
see that.
younger.
For
Yeah,
climbing
that's
shit.
cooler when it's like when it's you know.
You know
Oh,
what
all
name was
these
given to me
people.
when I was in not middle school, elementary school,
What?
and I think it was a pretty racist ass name because I
Probably.
was the only the brown motherfucker on the bus.
Yeah, we're
so
going to see
yeah.
that.
Rico.
Rico.
They used to call me Rico Suave.
Because you look Latino.
They just assumed you was
You
Mexican.
like-
Damn.
yeah.
So then that's more.
They would just talk to you in Spanish and be like, "Why is
they,
this?"
they will always just call me
That
Rico.
happened to me, dude. All the Spanish kids would come up to me and start speaking Spanish, and I'm like, I'm not. I don't know what.
All of my other friends,
They were
all
trying
of
to
their
connect,
names
and I
like
wanted to, but I
a
don't-
part of their names. Like, they're not like chosen nicknames. They're just like
People
last
call you.
last name was Grizzle, so everybody called him Grizzle. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that
see,
makes
I
sense.
want
Yeah.
a cool nickname like Snot Boogie.
Snot
like-
Boogie. Snot Boogie, the
Snot
worst
Boogie.
nickname. Anytime, off camera.
I couldn't think of any other ones.
Yo, so we're gonna do our little weekend catch up because if you weren't in Indiana or in the path of totality, you probably had a weak ass weekend. Let's be
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
Whack ass weekend.
Whack ass weekend. So
Shit,
I
I'm
spent my weekend, I'll go first because it's an easy one, mostly being dog ass sick. Friday night, I was like, damn, my head kind of hurt. I'm gonna lay down. I woke up the next day, I was like, no, fully sick, full of snot and mucus. This is awful. Spent all of Saturday like in a daze, but it was Marquette's birthday, and we had got tickets to go see Kong versus Godzilla, the new one, Rumble in the Jungle.
Was it good?
It was, except for I was down bad. I fell asleep late. I was, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Marquette was like having the time of her life, which is great because that's what we wanted. But like I was sick and like masked up and like falling in and out of a sleep. So the movie was good. It was ridiculous. If you go to that movie, just be prepared for it to be. It like here's my biggest complaint. The monkey's too humanized. It's obviously a dude in a suit. He's got like emotional cues. He's like, oh, there's shit, and it's like he looks. There's a small kid monkey that you've seen in the trailer. He looks at the kid monkey and he's like,
Honestly, they
it's
fucked
like,
up. They should have gotten Andy Serkis. Like,
Right, he'd have killed it.
No.
He's the best to have done it.
See, but that's the thing is Andy Serkis, like, this guy, like, you're watching this, and at no point in time you're like, damn, King Kong is this, like, big mythical creature. You're like, that's a dude.
Is it like straight up?
Yes,
almost
bro. Like,
come
like
on.
WWE off the top rope. It's great, though. And also, Godzilla is coded
can't
to
wait
be
to
a
see
cat,
it.
and it's great. I'm going to
What?
spoil a small part of this movie for you. Godzilla curls up into the Coliseum to go to sleep like a cat does.
I still need to see
fucking-
what's the other one? Godzilla 1?
Godzilla minus one is
-1.
crazy. Go see Godzilla minus one. In fact,
Yeah.
we'll probably do a reaction to it because it's one of the best.
Are we
That one I heard-
like
that one I
on
heard-
camera reaction or podcast?
That one I
camera?
heard is like an Oscar worthy.
Yeah,
like,
it's -1 'cause it's a prequel.
It's like Godzilla high art.
You know, like Godzilla 1, so
Yeah.
it'd be -1. It's a prequel to Godzilla. So then after that, I was sick as shit all weekend, sick as shit Tuesday. I think I slept like 12 hours Tuesday. My mom was like, I'm going to come over and bring you soup. Next thing I know, I'm waking up to like someone coming in the house. She's like, hello. And I was like, what's happening? She's like, I'm coming to bring. I was like, oh, yeah. And I sat on the porch and talked with them. They're doing a bunch of like work next to my house. And then it was Monday. Then the boy was feeling good. And we got to, I thought I'd seen a total eclipse before. But I definitely haven't, because this is something I'm never
No,
going to
I've never seen something like this before.
in my entire life. It felt like my take. All right, so one, I took a photo of it. It's a really good one.
You
If
have
to
probably
my
had the
Instagram.
best photo ever.
Yeah.
I actually brag about your photo. Like it was yesterday. I went to a chiropractor
Yeah.
to get some cupping done, and he was talking about what I did for the eclipse. I was like, yeah, and he's like, any pictures? I was like, nah, I didn't get any pictures. But my friend, he probably got one of the coolest fucking photos. He had an actual airplane. I showed. I was like, bro, that's badass.
Spencer,
Did you
pull it up.
like
Pull up
sell
the
your
picture.
photo? You should sell that photo.
I mean, I got some people who want to buy prints, and I'm
Yeah.
selling them.
Oh
to,
no, like sell it
friends
to
and shit.
public, like so that you can make.
Oh, I'm trying to look. I'm
Buku bucks. I'm
trying to
trying-
figure out how to do that, but also like to pat my own back. I do think it's a really good photo. It's one of
It's
my
a
favorite
sick
I've taken.
photo.
But also other people like during
the
the eclipse
timing on
had
that,
like
dude.
they were already like motherfuckers like out in the mountains and shit. Like
But
people.
everyone had
Yeah, no,
had this similar ass photo. Yours was unique because you had a plane in it.
They probably that's the thing. They probably got like a really good picture of the solar eclipse, but you got like
Yeah,
a moment.
action happening.
Well, then I'm gonna try to find a way to sell it. But
Yeah, I feel like you could.
that lens I
Hey,
took it on
is
is
it
like
Hunter or Spencer over there?
Hunter on the ones and twos.
Hunter, pull up the picture.
It's on my Instagram, nuisance88. But while I get it up, so the lens I took it on is like $100 super shitty lens, but like it's got like 1600 like millimeter lens. It's a piece of shit. It's like $100, but it also focuses past the sun, which like
That's how
like it's broken. Like it's a broken like I
and
took it
how
like
did you?
really cool
it
picture.
was at totality. So I was
Yeah.
because how did you like?
Oh yeah, so you keep this like plastic on it so you can see. Don't worry about it, Hunter. They'll be able to see enough. You keep the plastic on it so you can
There it
see. So you can like watch it. So I got a bunch of pictures before this, and as soon as you get to totality, you can rip the plastic off so that you won't damage your sensor. And I did that, and I took it, and I was just like, I was kind of drunk, and I was just like, oh, we had like a few beers, and I was just like, whatever. And someone was like, oh, there's a plane. I was like, okay. And like, I don't know, I got.
Bro,
Yeah,
that was probably one of the sickest photos, bro. Low key.
Yeah,
I low key want to think what the people and the passengers and
you
the
get-
pilot are thinking.
Was it black and white or did you get a color?
Oh, I got it in color, but I mean, it's
What?
It's mostly black and white.
But I want to see it in color.
It looks
I thought that was
exactly,
because then you can see like the corona of the sun and
It
stuff.
looks exactly like this in color.
Yeah,
I thought this
Really?
would look. This look.
Yeah, 'cause,
this,
I mean,
this is
it's-
how totality was.
It's white balance, so like it's a
Yeah.
black sky with
That's
white light.
true.
If I put
That's
it on
true.
color, the only thing you see is like there's a cut. Like you
That's
can
true.
see the lights on. Yeah,
I don't know why I was expecting like a blue. Yeah.
yeah, you can see. You can see like the lights on the plane, and like I was like, oh, this just looks better black and white because
You know-
like
that is cool.
You know what's wild to me? Like
What?
people, there were so many comments I saw where like people either like slept through it or worse, people were like, I could care less. It's like,
Oh, man.
dude,
I think it
like,
changed me.
yeah, you gotta like talk to someone. If you didn't care about like a celestial event, and it's rare. Like this might be the only one.
No, it
another,
happens
like,
a lot.
40
It-
years.
it's just rare for
no.
us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like unless you travel,
Yeah.
most people, this might be the only one you see.
It doesn't come to you often.
And
Sometimes
they
you gotta
aren't
go to
rare,
it.
but it still takes like a few years. Like there's several that we're not
Yeah.
gonna see.
There's one. So
There's
the
one
next
coming
one
out in 2024.
in 2025, and it's in like Iceland, Portugal, and Greenland.
See,
so
that-
like
that
you
would
get a
be
lot
sick.
of them that'll go like across the Arctic Circle or like over the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
So like, but like just being here,
But-
and I like when it happened, I got a little nervous. Did you guys get nervous?
No,
I
was
was
just
got
like-
real cold out, which was cool, and I saw like 2 birds flying, and I was like, the birds are migrating. Like,
What was-
that was it?
What was cool is like when it got dark, it it wasn't like the same kind of like it's evening now. It was like a different kind of light. It looked like when you watch like Mars footage from NASA, like that.
Yeah, everything was in a filter.
There was a sunset in like all directions.
It just felt different. It was insane. And yeah, totality. Because then you can take the glasses off for a little bit, and then I'll never forget that sight.
It felt. I think what made me nervous is just like what's happening is unstoppable. Like there was a part of time in 2020 when I was like,
you also read Seven Eves.
Oh yeah. But there was a point in time in like 2020 when like the lockdown was heavy, and I was like, damn, this shit is real, and like I can't do anything about it. Like my life is heavily affected right now through forces that are like too big for me to like wrangle. And then like while the moon's moving in front of the sun and just blocks out the sun, it's just like, bro, we ain't shit. Like the moon is just like I know that because of how physics works, it's gonna move, but it's like if it doesn't, what the fuck do you do? Like it's a thing moving so big, and it's just changing your life. It only changes it for 4 minutes, but it's just like, there you go. Like, what are you? I am nothing. Like
to go back to his point, I'd want to say like, if I was young, and I saw this now, I don't think I would give a shit. I think it was when your age mentality, because like we had Eclipse when we were young, and you're not really going to care about it because like you haven't gone through life as much.
Wasn't a huge nerd like me, but
yeah,
I feel what you mean.
I was in that shit. Like, I loved it.
But that's like there's kids now who science is not a big deal to them, or like they're just into kids things. So like I could see why kids and even some teens not appreciate it because like, A, they're young and they know they're going to catch it the next time around. Like, we probably won't be able to catch it the next time. Like, the next time it's 2040, we might be lucky enough to catch it.
Yeah.
Some of us will not. But for them, they feel like they're going to, like, for me, I know in like 2012 or something like that, or 2011, there was one like this, and I didn't give a fuck about it. Like, it wasn't a full totality.
Yeah, it was the one in 2017.
Yeah, 2017?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that was the one that Trump looked at, and I was with Marquetto.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a really fuck about it. To me, it was whatever. But like this one, I knew because like, you know, we've been like life has happened. So like it's like your perspective on things like it's probably gonna change you. But kids, they haven't lived that much life for them to like make it be, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's totally fair.
Hey Hunter, I just want to make sure you're not mirroring the screen right now. Okay. Just want to make sure because we can see it.
Yeah, I get that, and like I do get like a lot of kids wouldn't be into it, but I think ours was fun. It was a block party. There was a band playing. There were kids that were there. Like I don't know, fully steeped into it. I want another one. I want one more because it lasts for so short that like
I know,
it feels like a fever dream.
It was it feels so quick and surreal. I'm glad I watched it with my family, but I also kind of wish I was in downtown, just like with a bigger crowd. I mean, it was cool because like. My parents' neighborhood is structured around like this pond, so like all the neighbors.
Did the street lights come on?
No, like all the neighbors are facing the same way, so we still had a little bit of a crowd. Like everybody was like, "Ooh!" But
Spidey, where were you at?
I was on the roof of North Mass.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, like looking at downtown, and that shit was awesome.
Lucky bastard.
Totality was definitely cool as fuck. I got some good pictures too, but like not like Chris's. I was just with my phone. And then watching like the city just when it gets dark, all the lights came on.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit! Like it's fucking 3 or whatever time it was. It was like 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever. Yeah. And yeah, that was really it. I mean, we were just up on the roof. We went down, had a few drinks, and had a good time. Bria was at work, unfortunately, so we weren't together for the.
So,
did you see the footage from the ISS?
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Because like
the space station,
they saw totality, but they also saw the moon's shadow on the
just like moving.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah,
that looks sick.
Because they're in the space station, so they're just like it's just and you don't think about how big it is, right?
Dude,
because but when you see it, like when you see the moon shadow on the Earth, you're like, holy fuck, bro, that shit is right. Like it's like the amount of space that it encompasses. How
do flat earthers explain the eclipse?
They can't. They also can't explain Australia because the moon's upside down in Australia. Flat earthers, until y'all can explain Australia.
What do you mean the moon's upside down in Australia?
So the moon never changes the way that it's pointed. If you look at the moon from right here, it has a certain there's patterns on it, right? Like you can tell that there's a top side of the moon and a bottom side of the moon from where we're at.
And when you flush, the water goes the other way.
So if you
real or are you fucking with me?
No, yeah. But also that one is
that a
true.
hoax?
No, it's true, but in like a weird way.
What do you mean?
So it's not always because of the Coriolis. Like you can force water to go the other way around. There's some people who work on the equator that do this trick where they make the water spin different ways. And they're like, we're going to go to the south side and then the north side. But it's true-ish. But anyway, the point is that if you look at the moon, imagine if there was an arrow on the moon. Like you can look at the moon and there are shapes on it that you can tell that that's the top and that's the bottom. If you go to Australia, where you're on the bottom side of the earth and you look at the moon, the image is flipped. So like the only way to explain that, the only one fucking way is that you're on a round planet looking at a round moon and you're on the bottom side of it.
So they would never
be flat.
I just realized I don't think I have vacation anywhere in the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
You never went to South America, or
I think that's got to be the next move, dude. Because
that'd be
that would be if I looked up and I would just think I'm like high because
the moon must always look like this.
Like,
right?
It does. But
So how does the moon
haven't seen
for
it
us look like? I always thought the moon was always like we never had an up and bottom moon. You know, we always thought
Hunty,
the full
sir,
moon.
can you please pull up a picture of the moon in the northern hemisphere?
southern.
I mean, northern. Well, because he needs to see what it looks like for us
okay.
to be like, oh, that's what the moon looks
Because
like.
I thought the moon was the same for everywhere.
We got the man in.
No,
man in
it
the
feels
moon.
like that, but that's because you've only been in the northern hemisphere.
No, I traveled down south and shit.
How far
That's just
south?
because
Like
the
I
moon
mean,
is the
not
moon,
like
but-
so.
There you go.
You have to be on the other side of the equator, and not just on the other side.
Like
you
I
have
was,
to be.
I was born in Zambia, so I'm on the bottom side of the equator.
Okay, then
There you go.
were you looking at the moon? Were you in Zambia? All right, so check it. This is what it looks like for us. Like these shapes, you can tell, and then this is what it looks like for them. You see this little nipple here?
So they would never see the northern
They
stuff,
got a better looking moon.
and we
I
would
gotta
never
say.
see the southern stuff. Like we would never.
unless you travel over there.
Yeah,
unless you travel
unless
over
we
there.
travel, but like
Yeah,
the
we
moon
wouldn't-
would never change position. For
Yeah,
us.
no, it's locked in, so it never changes. So the only way that can be true, like that's it.
Does the moon spin this way, or does it spin like?
It doesn't spin. It's tidally locked with us. It's always
It
facing.
rotates around us, but it's facing the same way, so it's looking at us like this.
Yeah, like we never see the other side of the moon because it doesn't spin.
See, I need to spend. I wish I was spending more attention in fucking science.
Oh,
class, man.
I
was a
huge
nerd.
space nerd. I used to.
Discovery Channel,
Bro.
and Nat Geo,
But, like,
Animal Planet.
All the planets have
used to love
symbols, and I
animal-
used to draw
I
the
guess I
symbols.
didn't care about like the solar system.
It's a rabbit hole I can go only deep though because I start to get like pissed off that like we'll never know. We'll never know like some of the biggest answers.
Mostly that's why we got to applaud Elon Musk and all these people to
Fuck
create these
off,
places
dude.
They
we
want to
could
do
go.
the worst things in space.
So we could go see space. Like once the operate, like if that doesn't become commercial, then we would never be able to see space.
I would like to point
I think
out-
we should have just never defunded NASA. I think that's.
But
probably
NASA
it.
would never let us go to see space because they were like a government company.
Yeah,
Private
because-
companies.
Yeah, well, they got to figure it out first. Elon's just like, yeah, we'll shoot people up there. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
Look,
his,
the
and his
call the
rockets
Virgin
explode like
Mobile
all
guy.
the time.
Yeah. There's ways, and hopefully it'll get cheaper, and it will be. And like, yeah, they are at the forefront of it, but it's like the people that are at the forefront of building submarines that go down to the bottom of the oceans with fucking PlayStation controllers. Like, yeah, the first couple of rides are gonna suck,
Oh.
but after about 100 years, the shit might be great.
Like-
Yeah, we actually know less about our oceans than we do like the moon and Mars at this point. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Like we've mapped more of those two celestial bodies than we have our own oceans.
yeah.
if I could buy a
Oceans are
plane ticket and tells me I'm going to go outside of space and see the moon, I will buy it because that's just so fucking cool.
But my question is,
Or like for
would you
me-
be one of the first 1,000 people to do it? Because I definitely
No,
will
not
be.
really.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why we need to start the process now.
They are starting it.
Yeah,
now.
they're doing it.
And that's why we need to like move it forward and make sure it keeps going.
Yeah, they say
They're also
doing
putting
it,
chips in
but-
people's heads. So I mean, you
Yeah.
know,
we
feel
don't
like
we don't
there's
need to do
other
that
things
right off
going
the
on,
bat. Let's
yeah.
figure the
Choose
space
your
shit
lane.
so I could go fucking see.
Look, I'm just saying Elon has said this before on paper. He's like, the first few people that move to Mars won't be coming back. And also, I mean, they might have to, just
But
work for
I'm
them.
not
They have to
even-
be like in servitude. Essentially,
Yeah.
my guy's going to make space slaves. Like,
Yeah,
off the rip, bro.
It's the expanse after that.
Right, it's right, yeah, that's
they're
it.
gonna be he's Jules Perry-Mao.
Right? Yeah, it's a necessary evil.
Well, that is kind of cool because if you think about it, we would be the first people on moon and we could own the moon and we could make.
Can't own the moon.
What do you mean?
There's a treaty against owning the moon. No one's allowed to own anything on the moon.
Well, you know how there's that company that's sells like land in Scotland, so you
Yeah.
can be a lord.
Oh, yeah.
There was a company that was like selling land on the dark on the dark side. Of the moon.
Yeah, the part you never see. That's a grift. We should have been in on that. Fuck
Hey,
me.
somebody made fucking money. Like you just have a piece of paper.
So we could create our own laws and shit. That'd be so cool. Wouldn't it? Like we just go to Mars and then like we'd be the first ones. We'd be like create our own laws and we could probably create a better world. So everyone wants to come to our world.
I'm sure that's
Before we move off this topic, I have a point to point out. The only way that you can do that is if you have the military might to hold it.
What do you mean?
So let's say we all move to Mars, right? And we don't bring with us giant space. Yeah, it's just the expanse.
You got no. You guys should watch Three
Body?
Three
Yeah,
Body
nice.
Prime,
All right.
dude.
Oh damn! I
So-
was gonna say you should read the.
I'll tell
X-Men
you
comics.
one thing, and they showed in season 1. It's a minor spoiler, but
That's
not
fine.
really. But like we're talking about these companies with the buying land and stuff. In the show, I won't tell you why, but there's a sale for like stars. Like
Yeah.
you can buy stars, but it's like $18 million. Like
That's it.
What?
yeah, but like you can own a star, and I won't tell you.
For 18 million,
what
that's
does the
hella
star
cheap.
do though?
Won't tell you.
He can't tell us. Well, if we move to the moon and we don't have giant moon laser guns to defend ourselves with, we can't own anything on the moon, because the second that any other company with a giant space laser decides that they want to come and own it,
But we have it.
and guess what? Didn't the Native Americans have land? I'm just telling you, can't fight that shit.
You guys should watch 3 Body.
like,
because
the
we're
Dark
Americans.
Forest, where my Dark Forest fans at.
All right.
are we? Because we're Martians after that, aren't
Right, but like, are you trying to say like if some like let's say if, for instance, hypothetical, us four go to Mars, all right?
Yeah.
We're the first ones there,
we?
and we get there and we document we're the first ones here, and we document it, and when someone shows up, look, we were the first ones, so this is ours.
They could kill you and burn that paper.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, cool.
Yeah. Do you know how we got America, right?
Bro, we can also create,
you saw Game of Thrones.
we will create our own
and
core
The
system and
Expanse.
everything. So we got
Yeah, if we can't defend ourselves, they're just gonna take it.
Us four are going up there with
You guys
what
should watch
weapons?
The Expanse. Watch The Expanse.
Yeah, like
so good.
What I'm saying is you're like laws and rules and all that matters. Only reason why all that matters is because we have
right
nukes.
now. Yeah.
Like that's it. Like that's what's holding up everything is the fact that
all right. Then
you
let's
can't
take some
come
nukes with us. Fuck.
Now that's a fucking idea. Then sure
we
we
got some
can,
power.
but
We
those
got
nukes
some-
have to be able to hit Earth, and then it's like a whole back and forth defense thing. Anyway, see Expanse.
It's The Expanse. It's
So
literally The Expanse.
to move on to a thing that I
That's
think you
why
guys
it's the best sci-fi, dude.
I
'cause
love The
it's-
Expanse.
It's the most realistic representation of what could happen.
It's like
it's like the most grounded sci-fi.
It is the same thing that you get in like Halo and you get in Firefly.
Yeah.
So to moving on.
One more thing though.
Yes.
One thing I noticed, like when the eclipse happened, like the sun was that day. The sun
Mm-hmm.
that day was like obviously bright and everything, but I feel those rays had something extra in those rays, meaning that I've been around the sun, and like you know how like people say like the sun will make you happier because like the vitamin or something like that,
Yeah.
it makes you put in a good. I feel like that day you were in more of an element because more sun was coming out. Is that was the sun giving out different? types
Everybody was
of,
probably just really excited to be getting ready to see an eclipse.
Yeah, people say the energy
probably
is
adrenaline.
the energy during an eclipse is something that you use for like spiritual purposes as well, because it's something that's so rare, but it's also like a connection with the celestial.
because like everyone
It
was just
is
happy because like
insane.
I went to go watch it at the park right next to my house where you guys know, so, and like everyone from like surrounding neighbors came in and watched it there in like big ass field and like usually in Fishers because I walk my dog on the trail. It's hard to talk to people like they like hi, we're like it's pleasantry shit.
Yeah.
But during that time, everybody was just
And everybody's about to see something. It's just like, you know how they'd be like, during the full moon, there's more crime? And everyone's like, the full moon really affects you, but also it's brighter outside. So
you
like
think
people
the
are just
sun-
outside.
Dude,
Easier to do
I
shit.
was just gonna say, can we have that like that type of sun rays around us all the time?
What if I told you you did?
Do you think the sun affects you differently on Super Bowl day?
What do you mean?
Like, do you get excited for the Super Bowl?
There's no sun in the Super Bowl
It's
because
in
it's winter.
February.
Like,
You've picked
that-
the incorrect month.
Huh?
There's
It's
no
February.
No, the point I'm
February?
trying to make
Like
is like
barely.
Super Bowl is an event. You get excited for.
Yeah.
Like you feel good on that day, right?
Yeah.
So like,
So it's just like so everyone felt this. Okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're
because
saying.
yeah.
Okay.
All
Buzz
right.
around town.
So look, I know you guys don't know a lot about Chechnya or Chechnyan music, but trust me, this is funny. So Chechnya, which is they're like a satellite country for Russia. They banned music that is too fast or too slow. So if music is slower than 80 beats per minute or faster than 116, it has been banned.
Why?
How do you?
Because they're like, we gotta prop up our own culture. We gotta make sure that other cultures aren't affecting us. It's some reactionary, stupid bullshit.
they don't fuck
But-
with EDM or R&B.
Well,
be-
here's the kicker.
no.
Yeah,
Go.
okay, so the kicker is their national anthem is too slow. The Russian national anthem is too slow. And their cultural dance music is too fast.
Then what are they? Whose idea was it?
Okay.
Who passed
Chechnya
this
is Russia?
shit?
They're Russian adjacent. They're next to Russia.
Tinfoil hat time.
Yeah.
Could there be something more sinister?
Yeah, okay, what do you think?
Because like I've always, when I'm at a music festival and we're bouncing between like house music and bass music and like different types of music, like I feel like different
Vibration energy.
BPMs like affect you differently.
Yeah,
right?
they do.
So
yeah.
maybe they want to keep it, like the sorrowful music has like a certain tempo, so maybe they
want
only
to keep a nice.
they only want one vibe
bass.
throughout the whole population.
It's like a weird level of they clone Tyrone with the music.
Yeah.
And they're trying to keep everyone at a level.
On the same frequency.
fucking, yeah.
Here's the funny thing about that is that so And the way you feel music is either you feel it at the speed that it was meant to be at, or you can feel it double, or you can feel it slower, right? Like that just depends on like the vibe of the music or the vibe of you. Yeah. So if you watch some people, I'm going to play some of the Chechnya music for you in a second. If you watch some people clapping to it in a crowd, some people are clapping at the speed that is at, which is fast as shit. Chechnya music is like, I think it's like 260, like some of these songs. So they're like, you get people clapping this fast. And then if you see other people, they're clapping like at like that half speed, right? Because you can feel it differently. And so I'm going to play some of this music for you. And you guys don't have to know how fast music is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to know what the beat. You're just going to hear it and be like, it's fast as fuck. That has to be faster than what they want.
Between 86 and 116.
Yeah. I have to do Chechnyan folk music. Because y'all know damn well I don't know how to spell Chechnya.
Put it into the microphone so they can
yeah. Oh, well, hold on. Here it is. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean,
unless
you
it's like,
this pick, man.
you think it's copyright? Nah, whatever.
Hold on. Oh, where's the dude? Oh, here it is.
From Chechnya.
This is like almost Indian.
Yeah, it is almost
This
Indian.
is very Indian.
Has that piano, Indian piano.
Anyway, it's fast as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like they are.
Yeah.
And even if you want to feel it at halftime, it's still like 120. So it's like they didn't know shit. I guess whoever decided this rule didn't talk to any musicians. Well, even the president of the country dances to that music, which the dancing to that music is fucking feverish.
How did the law get like? Who came into a boardroom and was
that's
just like,
cocaine
you know
music.
what? Fuck culture, all right?
Right,
keep it
yeah.
at a solid BPMs, and that shit passed.
They said, how many musicians did you talk to? And he's like, one, and I wasn't listening.
I don't know, man. I said once before, like as soon as smartphones came out, like I felt it. I was like, we're gonna devolve.
It was smartphones for you, for me.
And here we are, Arizona has reverted back to the
like
1800s.
Yeah.
And this shit is happening. Like there's just dumb shit happening all around the
For
world.
me, it was when soap started foaming for you. I was like, yo, we are getting stupid. Like, kids don't have to fucking
Rub their hands together.
Like, who thought was just like, you know what, I'm sick of that shit.
We're going to cut out a
Let's
step.
aerate that soap real quick. The fuck out.
I would say it is a lot convenient though.
No.
But
It is.
But you still have to rub your hands.
Right,
It
yeah.
doesn't
You know,
save
that is
you
all- yeah.
any
Give me
action.
pre-activated soap in my hands.
It
Let me
doesn't save
activate
you
myself.
any action.
So
Kinda goofy.
that's all. I thought you guys would think that's funny.
That is
But
pretty
also,
wild.
like, they have to play the Russian national anthem.
Yeah, how are they gonna
if
do
they
it?
ban the Russian, they can't.
They gotta
Like, that's
change
not
it.
a thing they're doing.
No, well,
Maybe
I mean,
that's it.
Russia's the type of country that'll just like on Wikipedia just say it's actually 120 BPM. And then,
when it's actually slow as shit.
and,
too.
yeah,
It's
and
like,
when it's
national
not, and people just will be too afraid to be like, no, for sure. Yeah.
So we're here at Pat's favorite part of the podcast, where we yell at Helm about Helldivers. The update.
Oh.
Y'all been playing that update?
Fuck yeah.
Bro, the
Update?
bots are back, baby.
Yeah,
the bots are
I was
back.
surprised we beat them, dude.
We
Yeah.
did. Have you played since we beat them?
No,
They're
Oh.
back.
are they like?
Mickey, they
they're
attacked
back.
Super Earth.
They're back with their
We're
actual
fighting on
army.
Super. We're fighting
Not
on
on Super Earth, but they've attacked Super Earth territory. Yes.
We're fighting on Super Earth.
Not
No,
on
no,
Super
no,
Earth,
not yet,
but
not
their
yet.
Oh,
territory.
but they're like close.
Yeah, and they've got new like the attack ships, not just drop ships. So the ships are attacking you and shit now. Like,
Yeah.
but I was looking up some new updates of weapons that are about to be
I got
dropped.
the new one. I got it last night.
What is it?
So it shoots. It's a bolt action rifle, so it's slow as shit, but it shoots an exploding bullet.
Oh.
So you can blow up the bot factories if you get it right in the vent off the rip.
Dude, I'm
But
it's
it's slow
kinda
as
like a
shit.
Dragon
I'm good
Breath
at
shotgun.
throwing the grenades.
Yeah.
Good lob.
They also have new game modes. It's like you remember Helm's Deep from
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got a bunch of gates, and they're like, we got to launch 22 nukes before all the bots get in. You have to hold them at each gate.
Dude, this game
Oh,
is
that's
shit.
what we were
Yeah.
doing last time.
You know,
We
Yeah,
barely
shit.
made it out, bro.
Dude,
It's fucking
yeah.
So
crazy.
you know what's funny
Good
that this
game.
game came out around this time, springtime. You figure it'd come out in the fall and the winter, so people can actually play more of it. Because like it's summer out, like people are gonna be outside more.
Yeah,
like,
there's still night times.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
And
what
they're
do
still
you mean?
nerds.
You
because
think
usually most of the games
play
come
less?
out during the winter.
you
and this-
underestimate how little people go out, like, or like how like especially like I don't know. I hope Gen Z's out there and about.
Oh
there,
no,
but-
they're not. We've ruined a lot of the environment, and there's no walkable spaces. So
Yeah,
But
these
also,
kids,
like,
mostly-
games are all becoming more mobile now. So, like, maybe.
You can play this on the mobile.
I don't know.
No,
if you got a
I don't
Steam
think
Deck.
Oh,
God,
Steam Deck.
I've been-
Yeah, maybe.
What's a Steam Deck?
It's like a portable PC that you can play like it's like a you can
looks
play
like
Call of Duty on the
Like a
PSP.
PSP?
Like
PSP?
a PSP
Yeah.
almost, yeah, but better.
But like,
but for Steam
yeah,
games.
they actually did it
like
right.
PC, you can play your PC games.
I want to get. Is it expensive?
You can play Call of Duty.
It's the
So
it's
I
like
could play-
It's a
$500.
system.
Probably about the same as the system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a system.
Dang, I didn't even know about
And I'm pretty sure you can dock it, I think.
Yeah, I think it docks you too.
So I don't need a gaming PC then. I could play like I
No. You still need a PC. You're basically just, or do you need a
No,
PC?
no. It's a
Okay.
standalone. It is a PC.
Okay, I
Essentially.
thought it was kind of a remote.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I heard
it's
him.
like everything you would need in a gaming laptop, but held in hand. So
And
you
it's-
could play.
Yeah.
joystick too, right? No,
Yeah.
keyboard. Oh, hell yeah!
I
Yeah.
don't think you would be able to keep too many games on it, but
Oh, it depends on hard drives, all that shit. Like
Yeah.
I've seen not Spidey. Spencer ran fucking Cyberpunk on that bitch for me. It was wild.
wait, he has one?
Yeah,
What?
it's crazy. So that's all. Just there's another week of us telling you that you should probably just play Helldivers.
You
Hell's
should.
Divers
You would
is the
definitely love
shit,
it.
dude.
They're in the chat
It's
laughing
so
because
good.
you called it PCP also.
That's later. That is for later in the discussion.
God.
Yeah, Helldivers is sweet. I think they're gonna probably introduce more enemies too, because like the north and the south sectors, there's something coming.
Or if you could play as bugs or bots
Oh,
later.
there was talk of.
I like to play as the bots. They're cool.
There's something that you're going to be able to fly in, or something else you're going to be able to ride in.
Oh my god.
I
Vehicles.
saw a list of like 9 different things that are about to be coming out. I got to pull up again.
And on Suicide Mode, they have a mobile bot factory that's like a giant AT-AT that just poops Devastators.
Oh, interesting.
Bro. It's
You got
fucking
bots
relentless.
pooping
I mean,
Yeah.
they poop other smaller robots.
Yeah, like they like not
out of the asshole.
not literally.
Okay, they're not pooping them. It's like a
Okay.
giant
Creating.
moving factory, and the robots hop out the back as they're being made.
Okay.
And you have to
Okay,
blow
I
up the
thought you did about
factory.
that robot squad. That
Just squats it up.
Here's another reminder about our anime poll. It is going to be up later today on our Patreon. Go and check that out. It's for $2 holla, baby.
Nice.
All right. I need you guys to tell me how good Angel has gotten, please.
It's gotten pretty. Honestly, the last few episodes has been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Like there's some crazy story elements happening. I think this is probably the best the show has been.
What season are we at? 5?
6.
No. Not
No,
no.
that's
five
Buffy.
before.
We're on like 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on like
No,
3.
Buffy were
3
way
or
ahead.
4.
Buffy's a
Yeah, we're on like 3 or 4.
Because we only have one more season of Angel left.
Then we're probably on 4.
I think we're on 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is probably the best the show has been. But overall, I think Buffy's better. Like I know there are some people like I've read comments that are like Angel's way better, and I'm like, where?
What's your favorite part of Angel?
Which like how? Huh?
What's you guys' like favorite part of Angel?
Oh, are you guys?
Yeah, the show's got like comedy element. I do like I guess it's still just Buffy to me, but it just feels like it's
Yeah.
written a little more like goofy. It's a little
Yeah.
funnier.
This is a little bit more mature.
More-
I'd say.
There are whole
More
episodes
dark.
where like you'll be hearing about a villain and then all of a sudden the villain's just done for it. It's like, well, we've got this other like emotional thing we need to deal with, so let's talk about these feelings.
Did you ever meet Lauren,
The green dude.
the green dude? They could analyze people.
Yeah, the singing guy.
Yeah, singing
Yeah,
guy.
I know him, but his name's
I
Lauren.
feel like him working with the gang is a lot better now.
Yeah.
I like it because like he brings like again he's more comedy, so he brings like comedy into it. I like his power, I guess. I like it's good and it's faster than Buffy, like the pacing, but I feel like because of that, like I don't really give a fuck about the other characters. The only character I give a fuck about is like Lauren and maybe Angel.
Yeah.
And like, but
So
then in
Cordelia
Buffy,
and,
I mean Cordelia also
They're
Cordelia.
not getting like a lot of character
No, the
development on
Cordelia's
the
getting
show.
Cordelia's getting a lot of airtime, but like
Everybody's getting
I
pretty
feel like
good.
the character developments in Buffy's better. Like I actually care about Xander. I actually care about Willow, and I actually care about like they
I think it's I think it's on camera chemistry is what it is.
Okay.
Because like David Boreanaz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, David Boreanaz and Cordelia, I can't remember her name.
Carissa Carpenter?
yeah.
Yeah, they have really good chemistry, but it just
Charisma
the vibes are off.
Charisma.
Like the vibes are off.
Yeah.
I just feel like Buffy seems more like close knit and like, but I think Angel's just a darker show, so it's like pretty crazy.
To point out, Two, I just want people watching to know that I don't dislike Angel. I was riding with it. I was just having a very, very, very hard time staying awake for it, and it was live.
That's how I felt about Bleach.
Bleach yesterday was grinding my extra gears.
Would it be controversial of me to say?
No.
What? Bleach over Angel?
That Bleach is mid.
No, apparently Bleach is one of the most dropped animes of all time.
Yeah, Bleach is mid.
Why did it win the poll?
Because apparently, the 1,000-Year Blood War is good. If I was watching Bleach on my own, I would have stopped watching now and just skipped. I would have just skipped. That's where I'm kind of at. And I know the fans don't want this, so we're not going to. But Bleach has been a bit of a slog.
Two different shows.
It's mid.
No, they came back. They came back after years to finish it off good.
Because there's the thing, Naruto was also slow, but there was so many good moments. There was enough goodness to keep you going.
Yeah. Character development.
Bleach is just straight boring, dude. There's
they're
nothing.
There's repeating a lot of things. The interesting parts about Bleach, even I guess we're on a Bleach ranch. Bleach.
I've
rant
it
now.
forever.
Fight me, Bleach. Is mid.
The fights. Some of the fights are really good, and some of the characters are really good, but they're so few, far in between that it's like walking through a desert and waiting to get to the next gas station. You know what I mean? And after a while, it's just Jesus. And there's parts where they just repeat shit and they say things. They do the thing I'm sitting down. Oh, so you are going to sit down? Yes, I'm going to sit down. And it's oh my God. When they're padding, and at least Naruto would just give us the flashback and add 1 second to it. And that got annoying after a while, but it's just, I don't know. Bleach it's slow. And I like the characters, and I like the voice acting, I like the outfits. All the stuff I like about it are good, but the story at this point is still just kind of ultra.
I'm not watching it anymore, so I think I'm just gonna skip to.
Yeah, just skip to it.
I'm just gonna skip and just see what it's about. I'll try to wrap up the context and be oh, okay, this guy's here now.
Yeah, that's what I was if this was me.
I feel like I could, I've seen the beginning of it, and it would be interesting.
Is it two separate shows? Are we going to have the same characters?
No. It's just a continuation because the anime never finished.
Oh, never finished. I thought it finished and it came back. Okay. Okay.
You said you watched it all, Spidey?
No, I remember watching as a kid, the old one, but I don't know.
When did you stop watching? If you can say with that, okay.
I really don't fucking remember.
Because I remember when I stopped watching, because I thought it was a little much, and then we finally finished that arc and started a very similar arc to it, and I was like, oh no. And so, even now.
And what's crazy is there's still filler episodes. You're watching the relevant ones.
And the craziest thing is, I think we watched 6 episodes now. And not last bench, but last 2 benches, 6 or whatever. And
8, I think
8
because we watched 4 at a time.
4 at a time, bro. When's the last time we saw Ichigo in this? Our main character and Orihime.
He's stuck in.
Yeah, right. It's been 6 to 8 episodes, and we haven't seen. We don't know what they're fucking doing.
Is he on a training arc?
No, he's just stuck in Hueco Mundo.
We don't know.
We haven't. He's just hanging out in Hueco Mundo.
Okay, so catch me up. So where I left off. They were in the desert running towards that building.
Oh, I'm super excited to tell you about this. Okay. So that building is, I believe the building is Las Noches. They get there. They're still in Hueco Mundo. They change up the animation to have this great fight with Ichigo and Grimmjow.
I saw that.
Okay, cool. So you saw that. They did that. After all of that, they were cool. They finally get to the room where Aizen and everybody's at, and Aizen and all of them are hey, me and all my espadas are gonna fuck off, and we're going to Earth now because they're trying to do they're going to sacrifice Katakura Town so that they can get the Hoken key so that they can go and fight the king of something.
All right.
Anyway, so they go there to Katakura Town, but the Soul Society switched Katakura Town so that they're fighting in a fake one now. And Aizen's yeah, I knew you guys were going to do this. We're just going to destroy those pillars so that the real one comes here and we can sacrifice all these souls.
So it's a domain type thing?
Yeah, you remember, did you ever watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yeah.
They're essentially trying to make us Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
So they go there, and now they're doing this fight here, but Ichigo and all of our other main characters are back. So we're just watching Soul Society versus Espadas right now.
Okay.
And they did do this cool little arc the last 4 episodes we watched where each person fought was telling about the philosophy of their unit that they're in. They're well, this is what 11's philosophy is, or this is what 2 or 3's is. And that was really cool. And that's it.
All right.
That's it. And then when a bunch of filler characters showed up, and they were all filler characters.
That seems like it's more progress than I thought you were going to give me.
Yeah, but we're still.
I thought you were going to be they're still running.
We're still waiting for that. Oh my God moment.
Yeah.
You guys haven't gotten that like I love the show feeling yet?
If more of it was like the fight with Greenjaw and Ichigo was so good.
I think that's what like.
I don't remember this show.
I think that's what
Oh,
the 1,000-Year Blood War is like. It's just like insane animation and just like.
Yeah, and I mean that'll get annoying after a while. I need story.
Because the thing is, it's you're feeling about it this way now, and then it's supposed to get like so good, it's incredible. But the thing with the anime is like, it got really, really bad towards the end too. Like that's why it got canceled. I think, right?
It's
So
gonna-
like it's
We might be at peak.
so it's purposefully gonna get worse.
That's all you got.
It got canceled.
I don't know. It's just like I mean,
How did
I
it get
remember,
canceled
like-
and come back?
I remember what the character looks
It
like. I
happens.
remember his sword. I don't remember what the
Hold
fuck
on,
he
which
did.
sword? Did
Yeah,
you get to
which
the part
sword?
where he did his Bankai?
Bankai.
Do you even know what a Bankai is?
I don't think I know what the fuck
Yeah,
a
dog. You
Bankai
stopped
is.
at like, were they in the Soul Society just fighting against Soul Reapers?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
this guy.
This
We got to like episode 7. Be like,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, other things were better on TV, I think, at the time. Like, it was Toonami Bleach.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I was checking the comments to see if anybody was yelling at me, but one person agrees.
I mean, so here's all right. Before we talk about this movie, I need to know this from you guys.
Oh boy.
We've watched a lot of movies.
Oh boy.
And I imagine that you've maybe thought about or fantasized about making a movie.
Yes.
What kind of movie would you make? And when I say what kind, like you could be like, I want to make like you could like I want to make a Fast and the Furious movie. Like I want to make a movie like that, big budget and all this. Or you could be like, I want to make Sunshine of the Eternal Spotless Mind or Kung Fu Hustle.
A comedy whodunit.
Comedy
Like
whodunit.
Murder mystery whodunit would be fun.
How black? Very black.
Yeah. Have you guys seen The Blackening?
No, not yet. But
Blackening?
I've been wanting to watch that.
The
It's good.
Blackening definitely needs to be watched.
Oh no, it's when we get back around.
Yeah.
When we get back, I'm gonna start Halloween super early. But yeah, it's literally on the list.
That's fucking. It's a good one.
Hell yeah. All right, cool. So comedy whodunit, black folks. What about you, Pat?
You know, I would probably go with a comedy, but I would probably do like a dystopia type of thing.
Ooh,
But
dystopia comedy.
opposite dystopia.
You mean a utopia? What do you mean opposite dystopia?
That's just normal.
Is it?
Oh no, what do
No,
you mean?
like you know, like dystopia isn't dystopia where something like is like a good thing?
No, that's a utopia.
Oh, that's a utopia.
Utopia
Like
future would be like
District
if
31 was a dystopia, right?
District 9.
District 9.
Yeah, District 9 is a
That's
dystopia.
a
Yeah,
dystopia.
The aliens and all that.
yeah. So like that, but everything's good.
Yeah,
Utopia.
utopia.
So you'd make a utopia comedy.
Nah, you know what? Take that back.
I mean, honestly,
I mean,
that was an interesting enough Venn
Is it-
diagram.
I'm trying to think if one exists. Like,
'Cause, like-
that feels like a
Honestly,
Adam Sandler concept.
Loki, I would really like to remake Up.
Remake Up to get rid of the sad part, I assume.
Yeah,
That's it. So it's exactly
Wait,
Up, but without the sad first
Like
5 minutes.
when she died.
that was the dumbest fucking thing. Why are you going to introduce that shit in the
So-
first fucking 5
It's
minutes?
to build the emotion for the entire movie. They
Yeah.
built it right up
Kids
front
watch
for you.
Disney movies
It's
not for
to-
that type of shit.
It's
People die.
They watched
Have
this
you
one for that
seen
type of
any
shit.
Pixar movie ever?
Have you seen Bambi?
Have you seen
Things
Have you
always
seen Inside
die.
Out?
Have you seen
I saw
fucking
Inside Out
Lion
way
King?
later. But I saw Up when I was a kid, and I was upset.
Mufasa dies off the rip, bro.
Yeah, out the gate.
Yeah, but it wasn't like
Bambi, doesn't
it-
mom die off top? Hunter?
Bambi's mom gets
I never watched
Yeah.
Bambi, so
Bro, street violence, bro. It's crazy. Fucking,
That was
she
a
out here.
drive-by.
He just got murked, bro. Bambi grew up in the streets. my
yeah,
boy.
I don't know if you know this, but those movies they introduce you. I mean, look, death's a part of life.
Yeah,
You're gonna take
that's-
your kids to go see a Pixar
yeah.
movie.
But
you might be a little
I'm
bit of
trying to
death.
watch. I'm trying to be happy when I'm trying to watch. I'm not trying to fucking be sad.
You see
Rest of the
Finding
movie was
Nemo?
happy.
Huh?
Oh, Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. What's wrong with Nemo?
He gets the fucking mom gets yacked in the first. in the
All
beginning.
100 of his siblings get eaten by a barracuda in the first 5 minutes of that
I didn't
movie
really find that sad though.
because they're fish.
I guess so.
He was able to
He's fucking
disconnect.
heartless.
You know?
Fish racist. Fish Hitler over here.
Fish racist
Fishler.
go on.
All right. So remaking Up or a comedy utopia.
Yeah.
Is that
Mickey?
the only change? You just take the beginning out, and then the movie's the same?
No.
We can
It's
teach
just
you
an old
editing.
man and this kid.
You remember how they used to have like unedited, unrated? Like
Yeah.
his would be re-edited.
Re-edited, rated P for Pat.
Is that what's the opposite of an extended cut?
I don't know.
condensed cut.
I just feel like the kid could have had a normal life. You know, had the grandma and the grandpa be there together.
That's
and-
not his grandma or grandpa.
That's not real, man.
When's the last time you seen this
wait,
fucking
wait a
movie?
minute,
What?
minute.
Do you know what happened with Up?
Dude,
Yeah,
he
he was like the kid was sent to his grandparent.
No.
Nah, not his
No, he
grandparents.
was a Boy Scout.
Yeah,
He was trying to
grumpy old
sell
man.
him get Boy Scout badge, bro.
Yeah.
And then the old man took off with the house and he just went with him.
He just came and knocked down. It was
Go
just
watch the movie
This
again.
kid got kidnapped.
Yeah, I don't think he watched the movie. See,
He saw it when he was a kid.
No, he doesn't watch movies though. Like he's in the kitchen or he's walking around
He
or
said he
he's
saw it when he was a kid, though.
yeah.
He just doesn't remember
and he
it.
was
He's
probably
playing
still
with
walking around. Like,
He's playing football in the other room. What's happening? The mom died. He's like, fuck that movie.
That's crazy. Who wants
that's
to
a really
watch
good
that?
piano score too. Like yeah.
What kind of movie would you make?
I would. I'd probably make like a day in the life, but like something like Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay.
Which I came to appreciate like at a later stage in life because like
I don't want to rewatch it because
dude,
I hate
it's-
it.
do
I hated it.
No,
Same.
so same. I hated it too but I think I hated it back then because it was so popular, and I was like, fuck that, I want to be different.
And it was stupid.
But I also like I didn't really like it. But you go back and watch it, and it's just like it's really a movie about nothing. But it's like a quaint little day in the life
Quirky movie.
story.
It's like
and it's actually inspired by. They made a short black and white short film called Palooka. That was like the concept for the movie. It's just kind of a silly day in the life look at like small rural towns, basically.
Okay.
I came to appreciate it a lot more.
Well,
I thought it was but for how popular and how crazy it was and how people were talking about, I just didn't get that movie.
I think
I
some
didn't get
people
why it was
really
so
got it.
popular.
I didn't get it.
All right,
That's the
100%.
thing. There really is nothing to get. Like
Yeah.
it's a pointless movie, but it's like well done.
For me, it's like The Big Lebowski. People really hyped that movie up for me, and then I saw it and I didn't get it, and then I rewatched it and I was like, "This shit's hilarious," and I get it all. And I watched it with Marquette, and she's like,
Sometimes
"Oh, no,
you gotta watch a movie
I
twice.
think
Yeah,
of the rest
sometimes
of it.
a
you
movie
gotta-
hits you at a different time. Big Lebowski, I think, is like it's because of the way people hyped it up for me that like I let them shape what I thought it was gonna be, and then when I watched it on my own like terms, I was like, "This shit's hilarious."
I want to see it.
I
haven't
fucking
seen
get
yet.
it. It's like
it's super
I
fun.
It
feel
is
like
a-
it
it's a
looks
ride.
like it's shot like The Men Who Stare at Goats.
kind of. That's another one where
that's
like
another really good one.
yeah, right. That's one where you're like, I don't fucking, but then you get like, yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
That
but-
shit was real.
Yeah,
They
that was a
did
real
that.
experiment. They did that shit.
So if I was gonna make a movie, I'm gonna ramble for a bit, but I would
Nerd
if I
out.
was gonna really make one, I would just make like I don't know, like some kind of indie film because that's the kind of shit I have access to.
Go on, sis.
If I had, I want to make a documentary before I die. This is gonna have to happen. Another one, my one about futsal was just all right in my opinion. But if I had money, I got 2 sci-fi movies I want to do. All right, one of them is Earth is in danger and people are dying, so we make a generational ship that is going to take 5,000 years to get to like the nearest sun, and we put people on the ship and we shoot it the fuck off, right? And they're all in stasis, like they all go to sleep and they're like, it'll get there in 5,000 years.
Are we shooting them into the sun?
No,
or
they're to a planet close to that sun. So it's like an Earth-like planet, but it's going to take 5,000 years for the ship to get there, and we sent a bunch of technology ahead of them. So it's like that technology will land, and like there's the best hope humanity has. But Earth gets its shit together after like 1,000 years, and then we build ships that are faster than that one. So when that ship gets there after 5,000 years, there's just like people living there already, and they're like, "Who the fuck are y'all? And what the fuck are y'all doing?" And they're just like, "We from Earth," and they're like, "Oh, that shit must have got lost in like the paperwork. Like what?" And they're just like Earth refugees. They're like, so it's like, you know, this new planet that's like super advanced, and these old people with their old ideas from old Earth at that planet.
And
That's
they're-
pretty
and
sick.
They're like the new Flintstones.
Yeah,
You should watch
Three Body,
Three
bro.
Body. But it's nothing like what you it's nothing similar to at all what you just explained. But you really need to watch that.
Is Three Body a thinker? Like, am I gonna have to like?
Yes.
Sit?
yeah.
Okay.
It's a-
From
it's a-
seeing the trailer,
It's
a-
multiple scenarios,
it's
right?
a
It's not
dense-
So I can't chat GPT and watch the movie at the same time.
no.
like. What are you doing on ChatGPT?
I research shit on chat. Like I just ask ChatGPT questions and I just
See,
research.
ChatGPT 's
he
a lie to
he
you,
doesn't
my guy.
actively watch things.
and then the last idea is the same kind of concept. So an alien ship breaks apart in the atmosphere, and it drops pieces of its technology all over Earth, and everybody's looking for the piece of technology, but the part in America where the technology lands is just the hood, so they quarantine the hood to look for all of it, and it's just like regular hood shit. But people are like, it's like District 9 a little bit, where motherfuckers are like, bro, like I got the thing. It's like, fuck, where'd you get that? It's like I don't even know what it does. Like, but like, so there's like alien technology in the hood, but the hood's also like quarantined to be like
that.
one way in, one way out, and they're like the government swears up and down that there's alien technology here, but no one
I
like
got, I
lets
got
them.
one more.
We could do this.
That one, I think that one would be fun.
We could do this locally. I feel like we could make this
quarantine a
happen.
block.
We could find a.
Yeah, essentially a little bit of Attack the Block, which
just
Attack the Block is fucking great.
Hey, I'm just saying. I brought this idea to you before. I was like, why don't we do our own 40? We could do a 48-hour. Why don't we just put
I would honestly. I keep going back and forth about doing the 48-hour.
I think we should. We have all the resources now, and we have all the.
I could do
This guy doesn't know.
Yeah, 48-hour watch.
So it's a 48-hour film festival. You go in, they give you a genre to do. They give you characters you have to make. And like, so that way you can't pre-make a movie and get ready. And then you have 48 hours to make like an 8-minute long movie.
We could do that. Hell yeah.
And think about these guys were doing it in college and with not much time and resources. Think about bangers we could produce now.
I was on the winning team twice.
I think we'd be so much better at it now because back then we were trying to be like way. Actually, you were on a good team, but like my team was like trying to be like. I was like, guys, we have 5 minutes, and they were like, okay. So he's a grifter, and he always has been. He has a checkered past. I'm like, how the fuck? We can't convey that. We have 5 minutes. Like,
essentially, the team that I was on that won, they really treated it like we treat our skits. Mm-hmm. Where like it's a low concept. They did like the Dark Black Knight, which was like it's Batman, but like done poorly.
It's so good. You guys did a great job.
And then I think the other one's like a bank robber one.
Mansion. I was like, where the fuck did they get this set piece?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's it. Set pieces. Like, but we have access.
They were in a fucking Batman mansion with like a fucking hidden room behind a bookcase type shit. Like, like that is sick. Oh, we were like, okay, well they won.
And I worked at a Halloween shop, so we had like access to props. Anyway, but we could do it now. So yeah, what was you said you had one more movie idea?
Oh yeah, so I've actually thought about this idea most of my life because I used to go around bars asking random people this question of if there was a super genie that granted 5 wishes, what would anyone actually want? Because most people get everything they want after their first 3.
Ooh.
So the last 2 are always like just something stupid. I was like, one day I was climbing a tree and I was like, damn, I'd wish for a tail. 4th wish, that'd be it. I'd want a tail. I had an idea where a guy gets it, he has his 3 wishes, lives his life, he decides I'm just gonna save these last 2, and he either wishes for immortality and then saves his last wish to wish for death whenever he's ready for it.
Ooh.
And then it was if he doesn't do that, and then maybe like someone else is gonna die and he has to wish for them to be, and he has to wish to wish. I don't know. Is that he saves the 2 wishes, he has 2 kids, grows on to be a billionaire or whatever, lets his kids each get 1 wish whenever they turn 18, and then the story is following them with like how they decide to use their 1 wish kind of thing, which I think would be a sick movie.
I think the second.
Can I add to that concept?
Yes.
They don't know about the wishes ahead of time.
No.
So they find out like it's written in the will.
In the will, I got a fucking wish. Like, what is this shit?
That's a cool concept.
Right.
I would like I would also encourage you. There is a movie with Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba where Idris Elba is a genie and Tilda Swinton falls in love with him. And I never watched it, but I saw the trailer and it looked dumb as shit. You should probably watch that to work out concepts you don't want to put in.
Has Chris ever told you about?
Oh God, Time Cop SVU?
No. Y'all sound embarrassed about it already, so I really want to see this.
I don't think it can be made anymore in today's age, but I think we should. It's dark, but it's also fucking hilarious.
Is it a black cop going back in time?
So hilarious.
All right, so listen, I pitched this in like college, and my teacher's like, they never bring this up again. People are like, we can't make it, and we're upset you keep bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. So Time Cop SVU. Time travel exists, and there are police that police the timeline, right? Mm-hmm. But this is about a special unit that polices the timeline. So they found out that I'm so sorry, chat, that there are pedophiles who are going back in time to fuck themselves when they were kids because they know that they would be okay with it. And the Time Cop SVU has to go back and stop them from diddling themselves as kids.
Hold on, what?
Because that's what they do in the special victims unit.
So a pedophile? Hold on, I was confused. You tell me a pedophile goes back to fuck himself?
Yeah, but like when he's younger.
This is Looper too.
And so like the time cops have to like catch this man and they have to stop him.
Yeah,
it's a thinker, right? Like, there's more layers to this than
but then it's just masturbation.
No, because it's him underage.
That is not at all what it is.
What? Because he's fucking himself.
Yeah, but it's like 30-year-old him going back to mess with like 12-year-old him, we have to stop him.
Is he him?
Yeah, he's a 30-year-old man
But
with a
he's
12-year-old
him, though,
boy.
Like, it's his brain and it's his own body and everything is all him.
But in a different timeline.
But in a different timeline.
But it's you.
It would be like if you right now, looking exactly how you look right now, went back into the time to find
It's weird.
12-year-old Pat.
What's
See,
wrong in it?
this is why I think
I think
it's why
the antagonist.
I think it's why
I know,
That's fucking
but
crazy.
what's the like? There's
You
nothing
can't fuck a 12-year-old. That I don't know why I have to
but
say
if
that out
it's
loud.
you,
But this is the
Because
debate.
you as a person
it would
should have the right to fuck
that's why I
yourself.
think
Yeah, right.
Like,
in the court of law, you're gonna play the prosecutor for the defense, and he's just like, I think it's okay. Like, yeah, I wouldn't do it, but I would respect your right to.
I really think we should make this.
So this
It's gonna be a hard episode.
Before we talk about Spun, one of my friends, while I was pitching this, had the idea too that priests get a hold of the technology and they go back and find kids who grow up to be like prominent figures in the gay community, and they just try to turn them from not being gay as like young children because they don't think you're born that way. They like find young kids and they're just like they're switching out, and it's like, no, that's not how that works.
That's not as clever.
No, but that's the spin-off.
the one that you have is clever.
That one just got too sad.
that one, like, it doesn't. I'm trying to find the bad in it.
So the morality would be this:
What's the
You're
grown up. I don't know why you're not grabbing this concept.
I'm not.
You don't think a 30-year-old should be able to have sex with a 12-year-old, correct?
No.
Okay, so even if they're the same person, it's still wrong, is what the core of that message would be.
Yeah.
But you fucking yourself. Like, everybody masturbates, right?
That is not the same.
I don't want to really explain this on camera because it would be way too graphic.
It's a question, like if you clone yourself.
Yeah, and you
have
masturbate.
It's like, no, if you have sex with yourself, is that sex or masturbation?
Yeah, that's another one for you,
I
Pat.
feel like sex involves you actually penetrating something
If your own
else.
penis could reach around to your own butt, though, that wouldn't be you having sex with yourself.
Yeah, but that's why it can't, and it doesn't.
Well, I mean, someone's can. I'm sure someone's dick can fit in their own butt on the
the planet. I'm sure they tried. I'm sure it's a weird.
And the question is it gay? Is it gay? If you could do your own.
Is it gay?
So, Pat, if you could go back into time tomorrow and masturbate yourself, would that be gay for you?
Yeah, but masturbating is not gay.
But it's you. It's like another one of you walks into the room right now and starts.
You just gonna beat yourself off?
If it's just me, then it's just a duplicate of me. So it's not.
It's a duplicate of you, but also a man is jerking you off.
Yeah, it's just me though, so it's not gay because it's a duplicate of me.
All right, so now
Pat would fuck his own clone.
Yeah, if you fuck your own clone though, like in the butt, what about that?
Still not, because it's just. I'm trying.
Would you suck your clone's dick?
So here's
is the question we're about to get down to.
No, because I would never. My question is
why?
Whoa, hold on, no.
Same thing. It's just masturbating.
Hey, would you have sex with a man in the butt?
No.
But you would have sex with your own clone in the butt
and say it's not the same because it's a separate entity.
Huh?
Would you have sex with your clone?
Yeah, like the sex isn't different.
Why not? But you let them masturbate you. See, there's a tier list here.
How do we get here? Time cop.
I'm confused. So hold up.
It's deep, man. There's layers. It's
because you am I so when we go into time travel.
Yes.
Am I the person that grows up to be me in 30 years? Because that's you're the same person.
Sure.
At that point, it's just you're the entity because your consciousness is that one.
There's
brain.
two of you. There's two consciousness.
There's only one brain.
Yeah, but they're in different timelines.
No, but it's your conscious brain because you were growing up, so that's still your brain.
Here's how we set up the conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it happens, and then the younger version was, it's like a trauma thing.
Okay.
They thought they were okay with it, but when they grew up, they weren't okay with it.
They changed their mind.
And in therapy, they were like, you should talk to someone. So they go to the SVU, and they were like, you have to stop me.
Yes. Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Huh?
That's solid.
I'm confused.
You want to stop? All right. So first off, that is
There it is.
we're fully there. That's
Wow.
it. It's taken 10 years plus to get all the way around to the actual meat. But that's the fucking meat. Do not steal this idea.
I didn't follow.
Less on that because it's about like, all right. So let's say we're gonna do this all to you now, Pat. Okay. You go back into time.
Okay.
And we know that you wouldn't do this because it's pedophilia and you're not a pedophile. But you have sex with your 12-year-old self in this thing, right?
Okay.
The 12-year-old version of you grows up. They go through life. And then they're like, that was traumatizing and I didn't like it. And so they reach out to the time cops to say, hey, I need you to stop me from fucking myself in the past.
That's how the movie starts. That's the whole concept.
Dude, I'm telling you, I think it would. I think it's just one of those like ideas that's just like
It's a rough one though.
Yeah, it is rough. But if we tiptoe, like we don't have to go like full serious. Like it could be. There's a way to toe this line, and I feel like this idea has legs.
It has legs, but I'm trying to
Does.
But back to the clone question.
Back to the question. It's
So
because
you can-
it's yours. My brain at 7 years old is still the same brain at 30 years because it's my
but you don't
brain.
make conscious
No, it's not,
decisions at
actually.
7.
No, it's definitely not.
Your
What do
brain
you mean?
changes.
My brain evolved to be at 30. Like,
But every 7 years, your brain changes completely.
Do you feel the same as your 12-year-old self?
But no, but my 12-year-old brain evolved to what I am right now.
It literally is not, because every 7 to 10 years, every
cell in your body
single
changes.
cell and atom in your body has regenerated.
Right, but you evolved to that.
Like you literally.
You're saying that
you
yes,
very
it's still
literally
the
are not the same person.
Like,
physical sack of like meat, flesh, brain in your head. Yeah, but as you grow and develop, you're unlocking new skill trees. So it's not the same brain. But
it's still it started from your like we evolve, right? So
Right.
my brain is constantly evolving, but still my brain that's
right. So
evolving.
like when you turn 40, you're not gonna think the same way you did when you were 20.
Yeah, you're
because your
thinking
brain
about
is
it-
a
well,
different
in
aspect.
certain like maybe in something like my brain at 12-year-old and myself right now at 37, there in certain instances I would still react the way I did at 12-year-olds in certain situations.
You're thinking
because
about
it's still my
this-
brain.
You're thinking about this literally. I think this is more of a philosophical thing.
Yes.
Like you. Do you feel like you're the same person as you are when you were 12?
A little bit.
Do you remember when you got your first piece of
overall,
candy? Like when you don't feel like that anymore anytime you have a piece of candy because it's just like, now it's just candy. I've had a lot of that shit in my life.
Yeah, you remember when
Because you
$100
haven't-
was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
Right.
now it's not.
Yeah.
Also, the whole point, because I guess the point of not the time cop SVU, the point of that is it's funny and it's hilarious and we should do it.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
The point of me asking, we used to do these videos where we would ask people, like, if you could clone yourself, would masturbating yourself be gay or not? Because sexuality is on a spectrum and everyone has an answer to this question, right? So most everyone is usually like, yeah, I'd masturbate myself because I can already do that, right? So then you ask the next one, well, would you have sex with yourself? And some people are like, oh, no.
Yeah, because masturbating yourself is the same thing as having sex
cool.
with yourself.
So if you would fuck
a
yourself,
hand job and fucking are not the same thing.
You're giving
But
yourself
if you're
a hand job.
if you're fucked, like how you fuck yourself?
You give yourself a hand job.
there's
all
two
the
of you.
Because you have a
Because
clone.
when you're
ourselves hand
masturbating, you're
jobs.
fucking yourself.
Okay, if there's
Right.
two of you,
So
we're
now
talking
if
about
a
anal sex
second
with
you
yourself.
walks in here
Uh-huh.
and you masturbate this person
Ah,
off, is that not? That's
Yeah.
you're saying that's what you were saying you would do. You're saying
You're-
yeah, I
you're-
have no problem.
There's two Pats. Another Pat walks around the corner right now.
And he's like, bro, my hand hurts. Can you?
I thought I was fucking myself in my head at 12 years old.
Not in your head, Pat. We're talking about
No.
physically. That's why it's time travel, man. You're not just thinking about stuff. You're physically doing it.
I'm confused.
All right, listen. We're gonna have to get off of this point.
Yeah, let's
This
go
point
to it.
gets.
Let's go
It
to
is one. It's 11:51. I'm gonna give you this last scenario so we can get a concrete answer here.
So
Okay.
I go back.
Let me please. Right now,
Uh-huh.
you're sitting here right now. Okay. 40 minutes from now, you're going to travel into the past to this moment, and you're
Okay.
going to walk in and say, "Can I give you a hand job?" There are two of you in this room. There's another mirror Pat standing right here who's going to physically touch you, or you're going to physically touch them. Do you do it?
And that person is 100% real?
Yes. No. Okay. There we go. That's an answer people usually get. It's not in your head. You're not mentally thinking it. You're not sharing the same body. There's two bodies. You got it? So this is why the whole time cop thing is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You were thinking that it's like in your own. You teleport to your 12-year-old body. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just think about like 20.
That is fuck. What the fuck, man?
What do you mean? What the fuck to me? You was the one over here agreeing to it an hour ago.
Yeah.
You were right, man. We were trying to get you off of that.
Like, please help me help you.
Oh, that was a good time.
Well, let's talk about Spun
I'm
now.
glad I brought that.
Why would you want to?
Because you're the person who's doing this is a pedophile. They're the bad guy. We're trying to stop them.
That's why the movie is good, dude. Because it's like so wildly inappropriate.
Got layers.
But like, I just think it's one of those ideas that like I just think it would do well. I really do.
Really? 'Cause I
do.
feel like it would be panned, and maybe 20 years after I'm dead, people would be
Dude,
like, I get this.
I don't know
movie.
what Saltburn is, but you guys saw Saltburn, and I
He's like,
you know, and I
Yeah.
just judging from your reactions, there was some wild shit in that movie.
Bro.
This can't be as wild. I mean,
No, I think this should be a movie. It's a good thing, but I'm just
You got to push the boundaries, dude. This is
You
some
gotta watch Saltburn.
eight-
now.
You do have to watch Saltburn.
Okay, I'm not gonna say
to watch
this
Three
on
Body Problem
camera.
again?
I'm not gonna say it on camera,
Okay.
but
cool.
I'll tell you off camera.
Oh Jesus. Anyway, let's talk about Spun.
We're taking this somewhere. Spun.
Give me a second
About
to.
that one.
It's kind of a day in the life movie.
It is.
It's kind of like Fear and Loathing to me.
I think
was.
I won't lie, and we're gonna stick through with the premise. I think I might have picked a bad premise. This one's like
Movies where just
about doing.
drugs.
Turns out they're all sad movies. So I'm gonna read about Spun again, which I'm gonna disagree with the first thing about this movie off top. Spun is a 2002 American black comedy crime drama. It is not a comedy.
Nah,
I don't know what parts are supposed to be
Wait,
funny.
There was some
All right,
funny
do
parts. The
IMDb.
kid getting shot in the
okay.
dick. That was hilarious.
Okay, black comedy isn't like dark comedy. I was
Yes.
like,
I was about to say black guy. I was about to say, where the black people in the movie?
there was not a single black person.
Jason Schwartzman, John Leguizamo, Mina Cervini,
Brittany Murphy, R.I.P.
Patrick
R.I.P.
Fugit, Peter Stormare, Josh Peck was the fat kid.
Yeah,
Drake and Josh.
That shook me seeing
That
it
was
first.
crazy.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
He comes to the door. I was like, Josh Peck trying to get meth. He's like
I
12.
thought he was Andy Milonakis for a second.
That's funny.
And Brittany Murphy and Mickey Rourke. So good movie. But before we talk about the movie, I need to tell you guys that I Googled what it feels like to do meth. Would you like to? Because the whole time I was watching this movie,
I
wonder
want because I didn't know the difference.
I'm on like half of the equation right now.
yeah.
Adderall.
So, you go ahead and do this, and I have a question about that.
All right. So it's kind of long, but it's worth it to listen to. All right, so someone says, what does it feel like to do crystal meth? Also, when I Googled this, my phone immediately was like, call 988 for the suicide hotline. And I was like, no, phone, you're not wrong.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because it was like, bro, what are you Googling?
What's going on, my guy?
People usually Google this and then go out and look for meth. You want to talk to somebody? So the euphoric feelings of your first MDMA pill, but with a clear head and super confidence. So feels like ecstasy, but with a clear head and super confidence, which I've done ecstasy once. It feels nice.
Yeah.
I get the appeal. All right. Endless concentration and motivation. Lasts twice as long as E, and you can redose for as long as 2 weeks. But around day 5, say hello to the shadow people and the whisperings. Day 7, I usually lose my mind and reside in a demonic dimension where I can hear satanic metal music, interact with the shadow people, and have conversations with people who aren't even there. Get stuck doing things and can't bring myself away from doing it despite desperately wanting to. This can go on for days until my fingers are bleeding. Anything that resembles the same size as a person becomes a person. Terrified of absolutely everything. Any noise makes you jump and you become paranoid and violent. All of a sudden, your vision drops to 50% brightness and your skin will appear to be green. Your face will look like a demon in the mirror and you'll be at high risk of self-mutilation. At this point, I know I need to stop smoking. And make my way to the bedroom or else I'll die. Then I sit on the bed, smoke weed until I pass out. I'll suddenly snap back awake, seemingly like no time had passed, but it could have been 24 hours of unconsciousness. It's like blinking, but my brain would be flatlining for hours. When I woke up, I couldn't get out of the bed until I smoked it again. This was the hell that I lived in. And not worth doing unless you can do it for 3 days and have the willpower to put it down. I'm glad I've been sober for 6 months today from this horrible curse on humanity.
How long ago was that written?
Is that a
9 months ago.
Is that a common experience, or did the meth trigger like dormant schizophrenia? Like,
Nah, man, that's meth.
I feel like meth might be
that's meth.
schizophrenia. And someone else under here says, this is so true. The crash is exhausting. They just talk about how crash it is and how bad it is. And like that there are moments where you feel like you can do amazing things. Like it just sounds like crack, kind of.
For a second, like
A little bit. I don't know.
I was trying to figure out what I always thought crack, meth, and cocaine were all different things. And for a second, I thought what they were doing, because it was white powder, it was just snorting. So I thought they were doing coke. But then like they would see shit. I was like, man, you don't see shit when you're doing coke.
That shit was crystallized if you saw one of the
Yeah.
It's like more like small, tiny crystals.
So you see shit when you're on meth. Is it psychedelic?
No,
I think
For too long, but they were all on like
They-
7, 8 day benders.
They hadn't even
hallucination,
slept either.
Yeah, you don't sleep, so like the drug doesn't cause.
So you take it not to sleep?
I guess
Not just for that, but
You're taking it
It's
because you're taking it.
it's like
So what, like ecstasy
Yeah.
or cocaine? It gives you happiness.
Yeah, so
Or,
does meth,
or, like,
according
you
to
feel
this
like you're
guy
on
who
top of
wrote
the
it.
world.
but it also keeps you from sleeping. So like if you get addicted to it, you're just constantly doing it, and they just don't.
So what
they
what
just-
does meth give you besides
Listen,
staying
it's
awake?
the
Hey,
high.
I said it.
fucking know, dude.
Euphoric feelings,
Oh, it does give you
clear head,
okay.
super confidence,
Okay,
endless
okay. So it's
concentration,
like
and
Coke.
motivation.
Okay, it's like coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
just
So I was
It's
trying to
just
figure
like
out why
chemically
do
made.
people do meth That makes sense
because it's science
and it's cheap. Meth is cheap as shit.
That like, the euphoric feeling and the motivation and focus makes sense.
Oh yeah,
I knew a couple of meth heads where like that was their thing. They're just like, no, I mean, you don't understand. Like this is drugs with science. I'm like, I'm going to smoke my weed.
Right? I think it's also science too.
And
yeah.
I think we should not talk anymore. Like,
I had a period of hanging out on the south side for a bit. This kid used to do bath salts, and I'd be like, I wasn't his
What's
friend.
bath salts?
Oh God,
I don't actually know, and I never asked. It was right after someone ate someone's face on bath salts
was
in
in Florida,
fucking
right?
Florida.
Was that a
Bath
street
salts.
name? Because I always thought people were literally doing.
That's what I
Sir,
thought.
I never asked anymore.
Fairly certain it was actual bath.
That's what I'm saying. Like the shit that you put in your back, like in your back.
Well, like
I was there to see a nice lady
What,
and hang
like
out with
people
her,
just
and I didn't
snorting
want to
bath
ask about her
salts?
friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't. Look, they tell you that kid over there does bath salts. Don't talk to him. You don't talk to him.
Yeah,
So
you
they were just
don't-
gonna go to
no.
my room. I was like, that's cool. I don't
Yeah,
want to.
Running around
yeah.
with black tar heroin and shit. Like,
So, all right, that's meth. That's why people do it, and everybody in this movie.
right on Mexican Sublime, it was PCP, angel dust,
What was?
bath salts.
Oh, bath salts. Okay, back.
okay.
Everybody in the movie has been doing it for way too fucking long. So we're not going to talk about the plot because it barely exists.
There is no plot. It's like for your loader. I didn't get the story. What's the point of the movie?
It
was legit. It
day,
made me-
day in the life.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is what it feels like to be on meth for
Day in the week.
a few days.
A week in the life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and those the cuts.
Oh, I love some of the shots they did. Was really cool.
Yeah.
Unique ass
yeah.
shots.
It's a well-made movie. So first off, I guess let's give our general
it captures
impressions.
the feeling, the anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah, general impressions of the movie. What did you think?
General impressions. It was kind of like Fear and Loathing. I watched it because I was intrigued by the anxiety of being on drugs for them, but I didn't like at the end of it. Like I'm not gonna watch it again because I didn't care for the movie. Like there was no point to the fucking movie.
No,
Yeah.
There wasn't like hey, you're gonna learn something or anything like that. There was no point to the movie. But it was, I guess it was cool to experience because now I kind of know what meth is like.
Okay.
Yeah, those dudes
Yeah.
with nervous tics and shit. They did really well at showing like,
Teeth grinding.
yeah, like the scratching the nails and all that shit.
And
like,
I do that shit on Adderall though. Like this shit is
I mean,
because
Adderall is
that's
meth
because
adjacent,
Adderall is
sir.
meth.
It's amphetamine.
Yeah, you
we're,
get
we're
tick.
just missing.
So why-
we're just missing one component.
That's fucked up. They're giving this shit to me.
It's basically
Yeah.
legal meth. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
they've been saying it's meth for kids.
Yeah.
So then,
called
am
Kitty
I?
Coke.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
is-
no,
it
you're
is-
I'm a
fine.
meth head.
It is-
You're fine.
No, because
Welcome, congrats.
because we have ADHD. It affects us differently.
Yeah.
Like people that don't have ADHD, they're more prone to abusing it because for them it has a more.
Yeah. That's why
I mean,
people who don't
it's-
have
it still
ADHD want to buy your
gives me a
Adderall.
heightened effect, but
Like I could be like focused.
yeah,
and
it gives
Oh my
us the
God,
focus.
oh my
But
God,
like
oh my
people
God.
that don't have ADHD, they'd probably be like, like there'd be different symptoms, right?
This doesn't mean that you need meth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
don't.
because you have ADHD.
Yeah, that was a sales pitch.
doesn't
Please don't
mean-
say- yeah.
It's like, oh, so I can get off Adderall and just go,
No.
I'm low key though.
That's
Meth
anybody
might be a
listening.
lot cheaper than my Adderall
bro,
prescription.
you're going to
It's
lose your
cheaper
teeth
for a
in a
reason.
week.
Yeah. So, Spidey, what was your take on the movie?
It was terrible. No, it wasn't terrible. It was well shot. It was really fucking weird. I was like, yo, he could have avoided this entire movie just if he didn't. You never go to a secondary location, bro.
Yeah.
You went to get
that is
your
a
drugs,
big
he didn't
rule.
have it. Like he ain't got the drugs. Go the
Right?
fuck home.
You must want them drugs real bad to go to the motel
Right.
with Mickey Rourke, who looks like
Yeah.
fuck no.
Question about that point.
Yeah.
What was the boy's motivation? Was he trying to get a job for Ricky? Was he trying to get because he wasn't getting paid or nothing? He was just doing
getting paid in
favors.
meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was being paid in drugs.
That's his new connect. He wants to be on his good graces.
So he didn't want money because the old
wanted meth.
$400.
he wanted meth.
He wasn't gonna pay
Yeah,
her.
no, he spent her money on meth.
Right.
But he cared about her, so I figured like he was. He wanted to like he didn't care about too much. So he showed up.
He
high.
tied up.
No.
No.
That
April.
was fucked up. I was
Yeah. Hey,
If
April.
he cared about her, April wouldn't have even been in the movie. Like,
Yeah.
he
April's
was
name
already-
isn't Crystal, so he doesn't give a fuck about her. You feel me?
so like
He had the
so
girlfriend.
because he talked about how much he loves Amy. He wants to be with Amy.
That's just a drug addict talking about this girl that won't fuck with him anymore, but has to talk to him because he owes her a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I don't know why he showed up all drugged up and looking like a dumbass to
Yeah,
her.
'cause
And
that's what
he was
drug
being more the same as
That's what addicts do.
How the fuck?
point,
Don't you know she's gonna know you on drugs?
the
Boy,
point of
you
the
smell
movie
like
is
3
it's a
days ago.
cautionary tale. I think that's the point of the movie is don't do drugs.
Actually,
Yeah.
my take is, And here's the thing, because I feel like for maybe one of the first time ever, we're kind of talking about a realm that we don't fuck with. And this isn't, I'm not shitting on poor people. I'm not shitting on people in trailer parks, because my community of poor folks have a whole different, similar kind of shit drug that they like to do too. So anyway, point is that like, I think if you from there, I think it's one of those, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Like, this movie apparently did like well-ish in circles. Hold on, I got how much?
It had a really high rating.
It
had
oh
a
my bad.
shitty Rotten Tomatoes.
Did your
Budget
guy-
was $2 million and they made 1.02 million. So they didn't. It premiered at Sundance and in Las Vegas.
Did your guys' version have like random censorship in
Yeah,
it?
they censored everything to do with vaginas. Did you notice?
But also sometimes cuss words.
Those
but-
cuss words were pussy or cunt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which
Did
I
you
was
watch it on
watching,
Peacock? I was watching
Yeah.
on Peacock, and that's what they were censoring.
Oh, wait,
I was
like,
watching
well,
the
yeah, so
unrated version.
what's
and
the-
it still is.
Yeah. I don't
Why?
know why they were censoring out pussy and cunt. I have no.
Because
fucking
when he
idea.
was
like-
making that speech, I was like, what is he saying?
I'm trying to think if that's like a censorship thing or if that's like a stylistic choice in
This
the movie.
was 2002.
Yeah.
2003.
I think
2003.
definitely stylistic choice because it's baked in. He watched
Yeah.
the uncensored version, so like
Yeah.
that is a choice. We'll talk about why, but I think if you grew up around the shit, or if you know anything about it, that it probably hits the kind of like, if you know type of shit, right? Like, oh yeah, I know people like that. I know people who do stuff like that. I think for us, it's damn near a foreign film. Like it's in a whole new fucking language that I'm trying to keep up with in general. And I do think the vibe is the cautionary tale, but also I think so. It's scored by Billy Corrigan, and he is the main lead singer from Smashing Pumpkins. So like the soundtrack to it is like Smashing Pumpkins fucking light. It sounds like an indie movie, almost like a love story, but not quite. So I do think like if you grew up around this shit, maybe you came out of it, or maybe you dealt with it, or maybe you're an ex-addict, like it probably hits with you way fucking harder.
Oh, for sure.
Just like if you've done a lot of psychedelics or even half of the shit they were doing in fucking Fear and Loathing, you're probably like, okay, no, like I get it. I'm glad I'm not about that shit no more, but like I get it. You know what I mean? Like I think it's one of those. So yeah, a cautionary tale, but also not quite a love letter, but like a I understand letter
Yeah.
to like,
But-
I get it.
With,
I think go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think it's also look at like just to look into I don't know where they were in the United States, but like some small town where there's not like
California somewhere, because
I thought they were in
they
Vegas.
weren't. No, they were in between Vegas and Los Angeles, because he said L.A. He said we're gonna go to the city. I think they were in L.A. at the end of it, so it was like 2 hours outside of L.A.
But I guess like you see like drugs prevalent in areas where there just isn't really anything to do.
Opportunity.
There's no opportunity. There's nothing for people to cling on to. I think the way you get out of addiction is by having like a goal in life, because if you feel like you have something to lose, then you're not gonna like jump into that abyss. And I think people that do, they don't have anything to lose because they're
I'm sure that's one way, but there's also like adults with children that
oh yeah,
get
like
hooked
the
into
whole
drugs.
pill
Yeah.
pipeline. Yeah, there's multiple ways to that abyss, but yeah.
Oh well, even old girl at the end when she was like, "I got a kid."
I didn't even know she had a fucking. Why the fuck you on a 2-week
Bro.
fucking bender?
Because none of
That's
they
way
took
more
away the
common.
kid.
Yeah,
They took away the kid off the rip.
Yeah, because she's a drug addict. I did like at the end them showing basically everyone coming down from their bender, everyone falling
Yeah,
asleep,
just finally,
and then
like, yeah.
I feel like it was Mickey Rourke also realizing like my mom probably should have killed me because I was doing some fucked up. I fucked up a lot of lives.
You think he blew himself up on purpose?
Yeah.
You think so? He blew himself up on purpose?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
saying
because he did just say his mama should have killed him right before that. I forgot about
Yeah.
But
that.
why?
Did
Because he
the-
was living it like I thought he was like to him. It looked like he didn't never portray like he was living a shitty
He
life.
just lost everything though.
Have
He
you guys
didn't
ever
portray it, but it
seen-
was shitty, and he has eyes. So
Have you
I
guys
mean,
ever seen The Wrestler with Mickey
Yeah,
Rourke?
yeah. God, that's another.
I feel like this could
Oh,
be
like the prequel.
like yeah, it could be near
God.
universe, or maybe he survived the end of The
And went
Wrestler,
on-
and
yeah.
this is the rest
Maybe
of
he
it.
went
You
out
know?
the back and blew the thing up.
Yeah, like it could be near same universe. That's
Get into
another.
wrestling.
Well, let's talk about the characters. Jason Schwartzman, aka Gideon Graves, aka he's in a band called Coconut Records. They got a really good song. Let's talk about Ross.
Ross?
Spazzin'. One of the worst.
bro.
Tied up old girl.
I was rooting
That
for
was
him.
such a flip when he did that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
rooting for him, and then all of that, I was like, hated him. I was like, I hope you get caught.
Yeah.
How you gonna leave somebody 4 days?
Yeah. I wasn't rooting for him, but I understood him, and then he did that, and then I was like, oh, okay, all right.
And he thought that was
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, and
Well,
old girl was like, that's not normal.
That's drugs. It's,
Yeah, he was just
it's
lit.
like
But what was his motivation? Because he cared for
More
her.
drugs.
Legit, everything
Drugs
factors
and-
back to I need to get
Because like
Another
she
hit.
like that like it wasn't like they were on bad terms. She would if he wanted to see her again, she would have probably came back.
Oh, you're wondering why he tied her up?
Yeah, like
They were about to have sex.
Paranoia.
no, but he
and
left. Like he could have
irrational-
let her go and then she could have came back. Why even close
It's
her
just-
eyes up?
It's just irrational behavior. Like the drug addict, like John Leguizamo in the beginning of the movie, he's like, "You alone? Are you alone?" And then he's just like staring out the window. Like it's just it's just
that paranoia.
high paranoia.
Yeah.
But she could have left and came back when you just tell her to come back
You're
later.
trying
I
to-
know that
I
makes
think
sense.
Drug addicts also make like really impulsive decisions. So in his mind, I'm thinking they just
He was
got
like,
done.
Don, I want you to leave.
I think in his mind, they just got done having sex, and he's like, "I'm gonna go do this thing real quick, and then let me leave." Like, I think he was maybe trying to be like sexy about it, like he thought it was like
he thought he was going to be out for like an hour.
yeah. And I think in his mind he was probably.
But then he
doing,
came back and left.
yeah,
Do you know any drug
Then
addicts
it became a kidnapping.
Like actual drug addicts. Like real life drug addicts. Like actual addicts.
I mean, yeah, in my family.
Cool. Do they do irrational things?
Yes.
Okay, so there's your answer.
Yeah, it's not.
Doesn't make
It's
no
not
sense.
going to make sense in a rational mind.
Yeah, it's like asking like why like if there's like a person with schizophrenia, like why is there a person outside like yelling at the lamppost?
So then, how about this? What is the logical reason or the rational reason to duct tape somebody's eyes? I didn't get that.
There
My guy,
isn't.
he's
one.
doing crazy shit because he's
He's-
crazy. Like
Yeah.
you're trying to find logic and reason in a person who doesn't operate off of logic and reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not operating off of that. He's operating off of getting his next hit of fucking crystal meth, baby. So like he's not exactly like, oh, this makes sense. He's just like, I don't know, I'm just fucking doing it. And he forgot about it multiple times.
Yeah.
When he came back and she wasn't in the bed, I
So-
assumed he just never tied her up.
So I thought what the movie was gonna do is he leaves her tied up, and then the movie just goes on, and eventually you forget about her until the end of the movie where he's like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah.
But it's
because
been-
it's supposed to be a comedy.
But it's been 4 days by then, and then he goes back and she's dead.
See, which wouldn't have been very funny. I kept thinking,
yeah,
she's gonna be dead.
She's gonna be dead. That's what I thought.
I thought that's where the movie was going, which but I
It
mean,
is fun. The only thing that I feel like was funny was the trope of the Latin dude coming in the
Getting
gas
his ass
Yes,
whooped.
get his
Yeah.
ass
smacked
whooped.
with a six pack.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck. But that was it. The rest of the movie, I was like, they have like funny, quirky mannerisms and this, that, the other little stuff where I was like, that was goofy. It's just
Yeah.
I'm watching a drug addict spin out, like they're being irrational and
Yeah.
funny.
So-
But a lot of it was just like, this is
Local crackhead camera follows him around.
Yeah, snow on the bluff type shit.
so here I just thought of another interpretation because all of these characters did have like pasts and stories. Like the girl had a kid. This dude is in love with the chick, and it's like I think it's just a very realistic look at addiction, where it's just a very ugly thing to witness, and it's just like these are people that are doing bad things, but you can see the humanity in them, and it's just like addiction is a very difficult thing to like
Yeah.
deal with
In their neighborhood too.
but like it is a disease, so like even though these are people doing really bad things and there will be consequences for their actions, there's still an element of them not entirely being in control. So
Yeah.
I think it just shows that even though like there's still humanity in addicts, and it's just it's an ugly thing to witness, and it's an ugly thing to like deal with, but like it's up to you whether that person is like worth helping or not. And like that girlfriend was like, dude, what the fuck? You just showed up on meth. Get the fuck away. Like
She
I don't blame
literally,
her.
bro.
Yeah,
She said,
bro,
"This is
it's-
it.
it's
I'm
totally,
out of here."
It's totally valid.
Change
It's
her number.
One
It's
job
totally
to do,
valid.
and you said I have your money.
Money,
That means you
100.
have all of it. All right, like.
Right?
And she said, "You're not on drugs again." Actually, she said, "Are you fucking spun?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's what." But also, like, he was like, "I'm not." He's like, "I'm not on drugs," and it was like, "You look like a painting
You're
of
right, you're
Are you
sweating.
on drugs?" Everything about him, bro.
That specific
You
part though,
smell
like,
like drugs.
as far as like his acting, I was just like, yo, he is on peak right now, like a solid.
He was on some bubble
drug
shit.
addict. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, no, I'm not. Why would you say that? I wouldn't.
Because
I was
you,
like, holy
oh my god,
shit.
and it's like, I mean, I don't want to get too much of my own life, but yeah, I have people in my life like this, and it's just like,
Yeah.
God, Jesus, like,
Do you know,
we all know you're not hiding it from anybody. Everyone knows you're on
Like,
fucking drugs right now.
I would love it because like I know people will tell me like they're not on it right then and there, but like bro, like how
It's wild because
well like how stupid do you think?
Right.
Like,
How do
we-
you think you look normal?
I don't think it's a stupidity thing. I think it's like they're like shameful. Of
it is shameful.
It's not
yeah.
shameful because like they get confident about it.
No,
Well, it depends on the drug,
I think
but yeah.
they don't want to be high around people, but they can't control it.
They can't
so
not
like
do it.
so I don't think it's like I'm trying to fool you. I think they're just like deeply ashamed.
Yeah, they were treating it
Yeah.
like it was something to get back to normal. Like,
Yeah.
I need it so I can be regular. It's like,
Yeah.
You're past regular.
Which you see in the beginning, like when he finally gets the hit, he like puts on sunglasses and all of a sudden he's like calm and
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like driving the shit, doing
demeanor
normal shit.
Yeah,
They drop the
it
credits.
Just completely changes. Yeah.
Man. So we'll talk about the character, Mickey Rourke's character, the cook, who I
Yeah.
thought was kind of going to be the bad guy, but he's not.
He's actually a nice guy. He was like not like a nice guy, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he actually kind of cared for the girl a little bit.
He kind
He's
of pulled a gun on,
For
like-
no reason, yeah.
like,
Who did he fuck on?
and then we watched
On
wrestling
Ross.
immediately.
Oh, juggalos. Y'all doing juggalos dirty. Like, I have an opinion about
Juggalo.
juggalos. Yeah.
Juggalo.
The
guy who
people
got
that
shot
were-
that dick.
ICP.
No, the
fans.
people that were wrestling ICP fans. Insane Clown Posse. Insane Clown Posse was in this movie briefly. They were the people they were watching wrestling. It's all this
The
backyard
guy with the mask. Okay, yeah.
wrestling juggalo shit. They make music, and it's
bad music.
It's fun fact. Like towards the end of high school, when I was doing like rap performances and shit, and like trying to find places to get on with, my guy who I was recording with was recording a bunch of juggalos. So I had like a 6-month period of opening for juggalos, and I
God.
hated it. It was in Mars Hill. None of the motherfuckers wanted to hear any of my music, and I didn't want to hear any of theirs, and it was real rough.
There are horror stories of women being attacked by like juggalos just because like ICP music is normally it used to be. I don't know if they're different people now, but
They have a song about how magnets work.
Wait,
there's a lot
Insane
of
Clown
like
Posse?
yeah.
Oh, well, they're like largely nice people. That's a pretty. It's
But I'm
pretty,
saying the
their music used to be
juggalos.
about killing women and like
Yeah,
raping
chopping up
and
bodies.
but
fucking-
isn't that kind of like
Horrorcore.
metal being like super violent too? But there's like a bit. There's a deeper.
Except
there's a
they're-
deeper meaning to
a
it.
lot of other people's fans were just fans of the music. ICP fans, the juggalos were out there actually like attacking and killing people when it was a problem. At some
Sometimes
point.
it's the Venn diagram of like
Yeah.
the horrorcore music, the people who like it because it's scary and weird, which I performed with a lot of those people. They were all right, not my kind of folks. And then the people who like actually doing this shit. So like I was about to say, I don't want to give juggalos like a bad rap. There are plenty of normal juggalos, but they're fucking shit being featured like in this movie, like part of the. I don't know. It felt weird. I don't know. Not a fucking juggalo. So I don't fucking know, but. Yeah, Mickey Rourke's character, man. Like I felt like I was as soon as I saw him in there, I was like, he gonna blow up this fucking.
Yeah.
That's the thing about meth labs; they blow the fuck up, bro.
yeah,
like
man,
that's
it was
what they do,
He kept going in there and be like, you should open a window.
right?
Bria came in for maybe the last like 30 minutes of the movie, and the first time she sees him in the lab, she's like, he's gonna blow this place up. I was like, how the fuck could you know that?
Because look at him.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, I was like, he's been making these drugs for so fucking long.
This
There's
is not
no
FDA
way.
approved.
Right.
Like you're missing your purpose.
Yeah.
Dude.
And then at the end, that part where they were all doing meth differently, she was like, "No, don't
Yeah,
smoke
yeah.
it like that.
Yeah.
Don't do that." And it was like, guys,
She said it causes Alzheimer's because she was smoking up aluminum foil. I was like, no.
I was like, right? Yeah, when she was like, "Don't smoke it like that," I thought she was, but I think this was like, yeah, we're already fucked. Homie's in there like speedballing and shit, and it's like, I feel like we're so far gone. And then that lad with him getting arrested. Oh, and the cops were supposed
The
to be
bus,
like
that
comic
was
relief.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That was
That shit was funny as fuck.
shit was wild.
They fucking did speed before they go over fucking.
yeah.
Which is not entirely outside of reality.
No,
Oh,
not at all.
God, yeah.
Especially a small town like that, you
You'd
can
be
imagine a lot of people are
surprised.
just on the drugs. Like,
They stole the PlayStation.
Well, it's this movie. It was a rough watch.
I picked it out of the wind, you guys.
You did.
I-
It was,
I had
No, it wasn't
no
bad.
idea.
It was
you
a
guys
good
just
movie.
randomly picked this?
Yeah, I was looking for it just in the description. I was like, it
Good
fits.
choice.
It says it's a comedy. Not a lot of comedy in it, but it said it was a comedy about
There's-
doing drugs.
What? No.
I was like, yo,
Not
this
at
lady
all.
being tied up
Not at
nullifies
all a comedy.
all comedy in this movie
Yeah.
right now.
This is a comedy the way Succession is a comedy, where it's like, yeah,
I actually
sure.
laugh at
Laugh about a few
Succession.
things. Yeah.
So we've done meth. We've done a movie about meth. We've done a movie about psychedelics.
Oh, that was
The
all
last
drugs.
two movies we
That
have
was all drugs.
picked is unfortunately about the same drug. So Mickey, I believe it's on to your pick right now. Unless Pat, did you have one?
Yeah.
I forget what my pick.
Pick you were between Requiem for a Dream and Train Spotting.
Oh,
And I will say, I think Train Spotting's a better movie.
then Spun.
It's got
Oh, yeah,
just a better movie than Requiem.
I'm picking Train Spotting because I've never seen it.
Okay, I'm actually all right.
I've seen
never
Requiem
heard of it.
for-
I'm excited for it because I've seen it enough that it's going to be like revisiting an old
It's
friend
been
and
on
not
my
being
list to
traumatized
watch
again.
for a long time.
It's got Ewan McGregor in it. It's got Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
Train Spotting, like, you know when
Doing
you go to a
drugs?
library and you get the bookmark of like the 100 books you need to read.
Yeah.
Train Spotting is like, you know, like
It's one of those.
it's in a list.
Okay.
It's Danny Boyle did it, and he's the dude who did 28 Days Later. This was like his very
The vampire
first
movie?
film. 28 Days Later, the zombie movie?
Zombie movie.
Were they zombies?
Zombies.
28 Days Later, yeah.
What am I thinking of?
Rage. 30 Days of Night.
Yeah,
Never seen
Alaska
28
vampires.
Days Later?
No.
What? It's got Cillian Murphy in it.
What?
All right, fine. Zombie movie month later on. We'll figure it out.
There will probably be a 29 years
Pat's not
later.
doing a zombie movie one
Yeah, he would. He can do zombies.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty.
got real
it's
tight
not.
lips.
It's not zombies in the same way you're thinking of zombies.
Yeah.
It's the rage virus.
What was your pick?
I forgot, but I think it was about kids in high school doing drugs.
Oh, yeah. You
It was
wanted
high
to do
school.
high school.
The Faculty.
High school.
Okay, so I think this is what we should do. This is my take. All right, I haven't seen High School, but High School seems like it's a lighter movie, and we'll have to be talking about it in front of an audience because we're going to be live at PopCon.
So I think we should do that then.
So we should save High School for the last week, and we should do Train Spotting for next week.
Wait,
Wait,
we're gonna
when is
talk about
PopCon?
a drug movie at PopCon.
Yeah, I checked about it. We just need to really decide how we're going to talk about it.
When's
Okay.
PopCon?
The last weekend of the.
It's like as a
This
comedy kid movie.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like a.
Should we maybe? I don't know, but
Look, I talked with people.
I know, but like, I mean, it's not about like doing it or not. Should we just maybe do something a little? Whatever.
I think High School seems like it's a pretty light movie.
It's a light movie. It was a
It'll be a light
comedy.
one.
Like it was like a not like a would you say not like Spun.
it's not. It's not a drug movie.
It
It's
is
a drug movie, but it's not like a.
Oh,
Is it more Project
is
X
it like
kinda
a
deal?
comedy? Like
Yeah, it's comedy.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's more
yeah.
like it's haha comedy.
Okay.
Because I think Train Spotting would be fun to talk about, and we could talk about it because, Train Spotting is going to be one of those ones that's like, hey, kids. Plus, it's going to be a good one because I think
So you
we're
want to
gonna-
talk about Train Spotting in front of people? You said.
No, I think it would have
Oh.
been, but it would have been just like, hey, kids, don't do drugs.
Today
So
we're
then
talking
we're gonna
about
talk about-
Requiem for a Dream.
But we're going to let people know what we're talking about. Yeah, so
has everybody seen Requiem for a Dream?
Yeah.
though?
we'll find a way to get it worked in because Requiem for a Dream is another one of those. Like, Requiem for a Dream and Train Spotting are two of the, like,
Okay, well, you've seen Trainspotting?
I have.
Yeah, I know you say it's a better movie, but like which one would fuck them up more?
Oh, I think it'd be Train Spotting.
Really?
Because I think, like, the thing with Train Spotting, Requiem for a Dream would fuck them up, but I feel like that was a lot of spectacle, and it's going to be like, oh, fuck this thing, that thing, this thing,
Whereas
this
this
thing. You know what I
Trainspotting's more grounded.
No, but Train Spotting's more like it's Ewan McGregor, bro. It's Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi.
All right, yeah,
You know what I
all
mean? Like the
We're
whole
doing
time.
Trainspotting. Yeah, because you've
Plus-
seen Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, ass
Okay,
to
so
ass, man.
yeah, then it'll be 3
Clutch.
in 1. Okay.
Ass to ass.
curious.
They'll learn about it. They'll have to, but that's Requiem. We're gonna watch Train Spotting. Our next movie was starring Obi-Wan motherfucking Kenobi. Is Train Spotting.
All right.
Nice,
Yoda?
okay. Huh.
It's wild that I said Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then you
You
said
got to Yoda.
Yoda. They're not the same
I don't-
person. You're in the right ballpark.
If we're naming things that are in the same universe,
Yeah,
you
sure,
got it.
So the answer to that is yes, I guess.
Metachlorians?
So
Yeah.
we are gonna have to get going to lunch. I hope that you guys out there are participating in this as well, because let me tell you, Train Spotting is one of the ones. It's one of the movies of all time.
Huh, I'm interested.
So y'all gotta watch it. This one will be a fun one. It's a watcher, but I promise you there's so much spectacle, and it's great. Also, they're Scottish, so you gotta listen.
You about to say the accent's thick then? It's going to be.
I mean, Ewan McGregor's Scottish as fuck. His name is Ewan McGregor.
That's true.
His name might as well be Mr. Scotland.
oh, yeah, and it's Killian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy, my
Cillian
bad.
Murphy.
Who is Irish? Was he Scottish too?
I think
Cillian
Irish.
Murphy.
I want to say Irish.
Mm.
Because there's this viral video of him like meeting the princes, and he just like keeps his hands in his pocket and he's just like fucking mean mugging them. Because like I don't know
hilarious.
the history there.
They got
but,
Then
like,
it sounds like he might be Irish.
British fucking did really violent shit all
most
over
of
the
the
fucking
planet.
world.
Yeah.
I think every culture that's not British has had some atrocity done to them by the British. So
I mean,
like
for the most part.
Yeah.
yeah, so
They own
yeah.
like 98%.
Dude,
of
it's a
the planet.
crazy video because they reach his hands out and he's just like
So y'all know what the fuck y'all did. Damn.
it's pretty.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to us kind of talk about Spun. Here's the thing. That movie's mostly people doing meth for an hour and a half straight, and it's a real hard watch. But it's a good movie. I would say it's actually a good movie.
At
It
the
is.
end, it came together kind of.
It is.
Was,
Yeah.
I got the gist that we're just watching meth heads go through their
It captures the feeling.
I think so, yeah.
It captures like you get the gist of what it might be like, and you're like, I don't. Yeah,
days. By the
I don't
end
like
of it,
that.
I was like,
I
how
don't
many
like that.
fucking days was that? Which is what
Yeah.
I imagine meth is like. So.
Yeah, because there's no sense of time. I imagine.
The last time I did ecstasy, it kind of felt like that. Just because I knew a guy
Tracks.
who was a biomedical engineer, and he had to hook up on, like, I make the MDMA compound for you.
If you don't,
And it was like midnight to 7 was condensed into the space. I was like, damn, is that like an hour? And they're like, what?
If you've never done that, it's like an 18-hour commitment.
Yeah, you can't come down. You just
No, I just condensed the shit. It was rough.
Just stuck there.
Anyway, we will see you guys at the next one. Please stick around for the raid. This has been the Talking Normies podcast. I'm gonna get up and push the button. You sluts.
I think someone's over there pushing the button.